hanging from a thread till you dead, cause your partner put a price on your head, cause your chick was laying up in his bed. She getting details, spilling every word that you said. She working retail, thirsty bitch just trying to get ahead. If history tell us anything, y'all both end up dead. It's just a street tale of fable, some shit someone said. Sit at the table and hope there's more to offer than bread. Pulled out the cradle, first steps you getting chased by a fed. No head starts, just body parts and lead sparks. Old religion, brand new hate and weak hearts. Oligarchs, krakens, dragons, you see sharks. Imagine you could manage to maneuver the deep parts. You a savage, you can have it, just show how your teeth sharp. If you could grab it, you could stab it, just aim for the bleeding heart. The ones that show compassion, a soldier that seeks art. Does the artist that wage war take over or take part? Taking a knee, thinking no one faithful is me. I'm good people in bad lands, no evil live within me. I mind mine, I survive, find this lands for the free. If I'm mistaken, I'm forsaken, no one rescuing me. Residual effects, stray bullets through familiar necks. For any number of infractions that I deem disrespect. Your beliefs, you deserve better, but we both in the shit. You just haven't come to grips with it yet. Fight or flight, and they ain't really nowhere to go. If your back is against the wall and you ain't throwing no blows, you gon' crumble in the rubble, become blood in the snow. If you a victim, they collect them, grab the body and go. Dig them and ditch them, total disregard for the soul. Gas them and lit them, watch the flesh burn in the glow. Where we live and catch a shivering, it's a hell you don't know. Your best hope is that your dying ain't slow, or your dying's a show. Where we at, it's every man for his own. A bloody backdrop, where killers just zone and slice flesh to the bone. Masked and gloved up front of your home. A flash of gun, but the side of your dome. Fresh blood from a stone, dents in your sense. Kick your fucking ball through the fence. Dare you to say something, no sense in sitting around in suspense. Find out what's next, open your fucking mouth, disrespect. See the extent of how my life is intense. She beautiful and oppressed in a permanent summer dress. She a servant and still she blessed. Children cradled against her breast, whispering prayers, wishing their souls the best, knowing that they forgotten, not forgetting they're blessed. The bloodiest red lights, just piles of dead life. Something must be broken, the glyphs wasn't read right. You think them Bible papers will shed light? Yeah, right. Burn after reading, tell the preacher I'm leaving.
Cruise3245 just subscribed on YouTube.
Salutes, what is poppin', my people? Welcome back to Shy Ill Reacts. I am your host, Shy Ill, and we are back in the building. Salutes to you for being here on this lovely Monday evening, all right? Salutes to all the good people in the building. Hope everybody went and got that bag today, handled their business. Salutes to y'all. I appreciate y'all for being here. Welcome, all right? welcome to some. And, you know how we feel about others. Salutes to y'all. Appreciate y'all being here. All right, we're going to talk about a couple of things today. We're going to get into this Durk situation. I want to get the ins and outs of the situation and see, I know he tweaked. I just want to see how bad he tweaked, because there's levels to this tweaking shit, all right? So I want to get into that. I'm going to talk to the chat real quick. I want to get into all of the content. A lot of content today. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so on the way in. All right, if you fuck with us over here, make sure you do that. 23 concurrent viewers, 13 likes. Let's get that math popping. A lot of content today. We put out episode 2 of Former Kingpin Reacts. That got a lot of steam and a lot of talk happening. And then we got into I also put out the clip from the live stream where Primo and Jay confronted each other about Jay's reaction or criticisms, right? I think we were fair. Salutes to El Primo. He showed love. He said, salutes. Well, you know what? Let me hold that thought. Let me get into it because I see the chat's popping right now. Salutes to either. All right, let me get through the chat real quick. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. Everybody, please. We okay with disagreeing around here. All right, it's attitude that moves us around here. So if you got a good attitude and a different opinion, that's all good. But if you got a bad attitude in any opinion, it's not gonna go good for you. You're gonna end up in the fucking back.
Put him in a fucking bench, Mike.
So please check your attitude at the door. There will be no racism. There will be none of that. No crazy name calling. None of that shit. Disagree, argue, do whatever you want. Just don't get crazy. You gotta relax. All right. Shout out Ed the Hip Hop Guru for being first. Salutes. Ed's mad. He said don't put El Primo on the channel no more. He said we taking L's putting this dude on the channel. Gotta let it play out. See what happens. All right, I'm waiting for somebody to convince me that my gut feeling is wrong, but my gut feeling don't matter, right? But we're gonna talk about that. Let's get it. All right, shout out Mo1, salutes. Shout out Jake. Shout out Deb Heiser, salutes. Mexico City, 030 North, appreciate you. Shout out Winnie the Pooh, Velez 408, Ivan Levox, Lil Green Bean, welcome. Dallas, Texas in the building, salutes to Texas. The homie Chucky Chingon, salutes to Yael on the check-in. George Mendoza was popping, sir. Ivan Levox, go ahead, hit that like button on your way in, people. Show some love, all right? All right? If it ain't no love, then ain't none. If it is, then say something. Shout out Rolex in the building. 773-707 said Durk a damn idiot. Rich as fuck. Still doing that little kid street shit. Moving backwards, dog. And then some. Way back. And they're going to try to make him stay there for a long time. Shout out my brother Oso in the building. George Mendoza said had to do some catching up. Just finished the last 2 episodes with Upper Echelon. That took me to the Oakland Leaks episode. Everything, such great content. Love it. Look at that, dog. We pushing content, not just for ourselves, not just for this channel. We pushing content everywhere and we get called haters. Or I get called a hater. And all kind of other shit. Huh? I'm not hating. Dude had something to say the other day. He got the link. We gave him the link. It was all good. So, what's everybody bitching about? Shout out Zoraida Size back at it. Shout out, stay at it. Salutes. Stay at it. Hit the like button, y'all. Salutes to the chat. Dude was straight up BS hating and his little Mexican wisecracks. And here's the thing. Like, you can't be doing that and then every 5 minutes you screaming racism because somebody don't want to see you at the top. Miss me with the racism shit, though. That shit don't get no play in my house. I mean, I'm not trying to hear it. In no sense. In nobody's sense. Say what you want, call me what you want. You gotta sit with my family, motherfucker, to know what I'm talking about. Like, shut up. But whatever. But you can't be making, you can't be making jokes and then calling everybody else a racist and then saying it's impossible for you to be racist. You wilding the fuck out. Not that he said that, but one of his homeboys did. Like, you wilding out. Shout out Hector Ramirez at Primo Orlando Medical. Salutes. Salutes to the wrenches. Salutes to all my members. I appreciate you. Salutes to all the new subscribers. Hopefully you learn how to get, how things move around here. quickly. It's a very good place to be for good people. You come talking that shit, it's something else. All right? Here's the Discord invite. Drop that in the chat. Wow. Let's get it. Show Está Machin. Salutes. I appreciate you. What's good, Shot? Salutes to you, Bobby D. Dallas represent. Dallas in the building, bro. I gotta come get me some barbecue, boy. Shout out Zaza, aka Manalia. Bro, that dude is so off. Even his laugh would have got him ran out the room. Salutes JFL. Saludos Shy. Salutes to you, sir. His homie was D riding hard. Must be his boy, dog. Dude been swinging for days. He's the one that he facilitated the situation and got dude to come on the show and shit. But once you start, so now we can get into it. So you guys tell me in the chat, the people that were there, for those that don't know what we're talking about, Johnny Mitchell, the Connect, did an interview with the gentleman named Donald Wilkins. Donald Wayne Wilkins, his quote-unquote street name is El Primo. El Primo had a story to tell on Johnny Mitchell about how he met El Chapo and how he met Mayo, right? Jay's been doing these reaction videos. It wasn't like it was something that was targeted. It was like, let's watch this and see what it is. And he started, his bullshit radar started going off, right? That's his. He could attest to the things that are being said, right? Because he sat at the table, right? My bullshit meter went off too, right? But I ain't sit at the table, right? I'm a dude from Chicago with an opinion, and I get to say what the fuck I want to say, right? And if you give me information that'll change my mind, I'm man enough to take it and change my mind, because I'm not a low information person, right? I like that. I've been hearing that a lot lately, because there's a lot of you motherfuckers out there, right? Whole lot of low information people that'll take the soundbite and run with that shit, right? You're a sheep. Now, when Jay comes on to speak to the man, so Jay did a reaction video and he called all the BS that he thought was BS. And then Buddy got wind of it. He came on our show. They had a conversation, to me, that didn't get nowhere. It was mad respectful to each other, so salutes to them. I ain't learned nothing new, right? Buddy said he was going to do a video. He did the video today. He put the video out. Sorry, I hate to say it, but I got problems with it, right? We'll talk about that after Jay does his reaction to it, right? Like, I feel like I'm getting swindled here, right? Okay, cool. But whatever. But then people want to put me in that mix and say, my tone changed and this. I get to have an opinion, dog. And guess what? If I don't want it to change, given the information, it don't have to change. I wasn't sitting at the table. What the fuck you worried about my opinion for? And here's the thing. Forget about El Primo. He probably not worried about my opinion. He like, fuck that dude. That dude ain't never sold no bricks, right? It's the nut swingers that are worried about my opinion. Mind your fucking business, right? You don't want to be involved. You don't want to mind your business. But what you can't do is lump me up with everybody and everything else, right? You can't start calling me things that I'm not. You call me some kind of snitch, some kind of rat, you're going to have to put that shit on the table and prove it. You're going to have to get the fuck out of here, because it's too easy for you hoes to be throwing those names around, right? If you got a problem with Jay Flores, have your problem with Jay Flores. You got a problem with my opinion, that's cool. Have your problem with my opinion. You start getting disrespectful about it, it's fuck you. That just is what it is. Because I can't prove El Primo wrong. So my opinion is just that, an opinion, right? Jay's the only one that has the insight, that was sitting at the table, that could prove him wrong. Am I right or wrong? Am I talking bullshit? Y'all let me know in the chat. He's the only one that could tell dude if he was right or wrong, or say if dude was right or wrong or whatever, and make those claims. Mine is just an opinion. Mine is just an opinion. Now, people say, oh, when the paperwork drops. I didn't see paperwork in that. I saw a list, and I saw this, and I saw an article, and I saw that, and whatever. That's for Jay to talk about. I'm a reaction channel too. I'll give my reaction after he does his or whatever, about everything, all of it. Or here on a live with y'all, the people I like to kick it with, right? The people that don't come in here bitching and talking shit You know what I'm saying? Because they all go, trolls are not unique. They all go to the same thing. They get to a point where they backtrack. They start explaining themselves. They want to come to you and talk tough, and then they want you to come to them, and they don't want to do no work. They want to, give me your address. How about you find it, fuckface? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what they don't understand. It's a MacGuffin. They're always looking for another infinity stone to catch, right? But don't lump me up with everybody else's shit. I got an opinion. I cannot prove if El Primo is telling the truth or not, but I can have my opinion whenever I want to. Now, Jay, on the other hand, he's allowed to have the conversation, have the reaction, have the back and forth with Primo, and have that conversation. Because he knows, and he claims he knows. I know Jay knows. Y'all know, the people that were here from the beginning. I came in here calling bullshit on all the twins shit. Never have I heard them lie to me on this show. They'll fuck around and not say it before they lie to me on this show. You know? No, listen, Shy, you can't say that. He definitely didn't show his paperwork. I didn't see paperwork. I saw a list. I saw an excerpt from something else. I saw some articles. I saw all kind of shit. I didn't see paperwork. Not like that. I saw Chapo's paperwork. I saw this paperwork, that paperwork. Okay, cool. But that's not what we're talking about right now. I'm not going to get into my reaction to that. I'm talking about how people want to lump me up and act like I could prove Primo wrong. No, that's not my place. That's Jay's place. And that's why Jay's going to do former Kingpin reaction, respond to do once more, you know, and go from there. But, you know, miss me with the racist shit. Miss me with the I'm a culture vulture. Listen. Every troll has the same shit to say. Then they want to show me their wallet in the Discord. Then they want to do this, that. Shut the fuck up. Oh, I'm going to fuck you up. Shut up. Don't talk about it. Just do that shit. All right? I'm allowed my opinion, and I'm going to have it like a motherfucker. All right? Salutes. All right, honey's up in the chat for y'all. Give my shout outs to whoever else popped up. If y'all ain't got nothing else to say about that subject, we'll keep it moving. Shout out to Z and his mother. Z's in the building. Shout out to his mom, laying next to him on the couch. Dirty, dusty couch. How many hours did I sit in this chair today? How many hours did your mom sit in your lap over there on that dusty, cigarette burn couch? Huh? All right, honey's up in the chat for y'all. You can't be both. You're a rapper or a thug. You can't do both. And here's the thing. The problem is when people hear that, they think, oh, what, I'm supposed to be a rapper? I'm supposed to be pussy? Nobody asking you to not be pussy. We're asking you to not put bags on people's heads, stupid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Upper Echelon said I'm not going to respond to him. I'm going to make a reaction video to all the BS he said. And that's because he's so full of it. He's not even worthy of our time. Fake news. And then let me finish reading the other one because I brushed it off. Shy, you can't say that. He definitely didn't show his paperwork. He showed a page in a book with the writer that didn't even have his name on it. That's another thing I didn't say. I didn't see his name on nothing. And at some point, I got to watch it again because at some point it was like, I feel like the history lesson that he didn't want to go on here on this channel happened over there. Just his version of that history lesson. We'll see what it is. But the diamonds were bought. A guy he calls the diamonds were by a guy who he calls his boss, which was an underling. To the underling, you could talk about that all day. All right, voice to text, bro. Voice to text. Primo probably exaggerating about who he worked with, but yeah, la mierda flota tarde o temprano. The shit floats early or later. Lil Durk set himself up for failure, absolutely. Just do it, Z-Ho. Just do it, Papas. I'd love to see you. Even though you're a coward, we don't know what you look like. Whole bitch. Z's mom swallows. That's fact. AKA Tall Tales. El Promo. Salutes. All right, man. So we're going to get into the Durk shit if y'all ain't got nothing else to say about that. Chucky Chingon already put the smash down on Z. Chucky was Chucky trigger happy tonight.
Put him in the fucking bedroom, man.
That's funny. No threats in the chat, dickhead. He's smacking people upside the head. See, that you can't do that on the internet. Like, shit it don't hold no weight, man. Wasting no time. Chucky wasting no time. He pulled the Oso move. Oh, Oso hit him in the head. Headshot. He gone. He gone. Don't go. Don't go. You know what? Fuck it. It is what it is. Salutes. Chucky said you didn't feel like dealing with this food today. All right, so boom, we got that off of our chest. Ho hopes, eat a dick, say it when you see me. You know, as far as Primo goes, that shit, you and Jay can handle that. If you got a problem with my opinion, you can voice it. That's all good. But again, I don't have no recourse. I wasn't sitting at the table that I could prove you wrong. So I just got to live with my opinion. You just got to live with my opinion. Or if you present information that I believe changes my mind, that's it. I won't moonwalk. I'll tell you how I feel, and I'll tell you I was wrong. But, you know.
Up 395 just subscribed on YouTube.
APB 395, salutes to you for the subscription. I appreciate you. So, I got a story about O-Block. My dad took me to work in those buildings scrubbing. Salutes. Joe Brown was saying Lil Durk has 20 bodies to him. Judge Joe Brown is still living, huh? God damn. I believe I said appreciate you, Chucky. Chucky pulled the strap on him. Hey, anybody anybody see el Rocha?
Bueno, y el Rocha.
All right, so how many of y'all in the chat are not familiar with the basics of
Oye, y el Rocha. Y el Rocha. Bueno, y el Rocha.
Jonathan Panto just sent $5. I saw all kinds of fucking emotional bullshit. Reactions from a kingpin to coming. Salutes to the Kyle, my dude. They'll Cartel members. And blessings prayers to the Flores twins and their families. Like and subscribe. It's free 100 points.
Free, man. Shout out Jonathan Pantoja for the $5 power chat. I saw all kinds of fucking emotional bullshit. Reactions from a Kingpin Part 2 is coming. Actually, shit, Part 3 is coming. Salutes to Shy Ill, my dude, the Ill Cartel members, and blessings and prayers to the Flores twins and their families. Like and subscribe is free. It don't cost you a thing. Hit the like button. Salutes. Shout out Jonathan Pantoja for the $5 power chat. For those that don't know, you can have your comment anonymously. You can call me all the rats, putas, pendejas, whatever you want to do. Put $1 on it, or not $1. Put a minimum $2 donation on it and say it with your chest. You can say it anonymously. You can stand on it. It'll pop right up on the screen. You can follow that powerchat.live ill shy chat, or you can hit that QR code or super chat, super thanks, whatever you want. But the boys ain't for it, and I'm sure Zoraida ain't for it today either. They'll put you in the fucking back. So shout out JP for the power chat. Appreciate you. Upper Echelon said, but Johnny Mitchell always has an opinion. Don't you need to have one too? No, I can't have one, dog. I'm not allowed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not allowed. And I don't even know where's Johnny Mitchell even from, bro. I'm sure that you would I'm sure that does that make you? Oh, I'm sure you worked with a Mexican at one time in your life. Doesn't that make you connected to the cartel? If I want to sit here and tell my business, I could tell more stories than a lot of these motherfuckers that's out here getting paid to give interviews, right? They're all out here tricking off, telling war stories. I ain't like hearing war stories hanging out in the hood, man. Shut the fuck up already. I don't want to hear your glory days. Al Bundy, how you scored fucking, what was it? Four touchdowns in a single game. I don't want to hear it, bro. Go to DJ Vlad with that shit. You know? I want to break down where you fucked up. If Johnny was in the game like that, he would have new dude. He would have new dude was cap off the riff. Is it a city? Is it a city though? Mazelat's in Sinaloa. Mazatlan is in Sinaloa, but where's Culiacan? Is that a city, a gas station? What is it? All right, back to the shit. So for those that don't know the situation, I'll give you a quick breakdown, and then we'll get into the case. All right? Shout out Vernon Hines on the check-in. Appreciate you, sir. Cartels didn't deal Joe till recently. Facts. I'm going to the Johnny Mitchell show. Tell him how my friends, the punteros all over the pueblo with the radios and Italicas motorbikes. I don't know what the fuck you talking about, Ed, but whatever you smoking on, salutes, all right? Smoke them if you got them. Crack them open if you got them. If you're sober, here's a hug from me to you. So, Chicago, GDs, BDs, right? O Block, 63rd, FBG, OTF, beef, blood feuds, little kids, young teenagers just deading each other for years, right? A couple of them, looks like I'm dropping frames over there. A couple of them became millionaires. A couple of them became rap stars. A couple of them told all their dirty deeds and secrets on those records that they put out that made them stars. All of them told on themselves and put bodies on themselves and might have took credit for bodies that weren't even theirs, on record. All right? This leads us to Lil Durk, who blows up. Well, it leads us to Chief Keef, who blew the shit up, right? Blew the music up. He's from O Block. He's OTF. Notice he don't be around none of them no more. He be in California, right? Minding his money. Okay? Chante said, I'm definitely not sober in case I tweet. This episode is tweak related. Chief Keef does his thing, and off the back of that, here comes a whole bunch of other guys. You know, G Herbo, Baby, all of these guys. And then you get Lil Durk, right? Lil Durk blows the fuck up. And Lil Durk blows up, and then his little homie, he brings his little homie along, King Von. Now, King Von is known as one of the top demons of the crew, right? Got the most bodies, and is after everybody. And there's an ongoing story about him taking out K.I., which was a young lady who was also someone that was known to eliminate a person of 5, right? According to the legends. And they were enemies, her and King Von, but they had a text relationship where they would mock each other and, you know, flirt with each other and try to meet up with each other. And eventually she was eliminated. And everything led to him. They say if he was alive, he would have been charged for that, right? King Von. So much so brash that they did a documentary about her, right? About K.I. And how how the person who unalived her was not caught. And guess who was in that documentary to speak about his friend and how much he missed her, Kyra? It was King Von. Supposedly in the documentary that's supposedly covering the young lady that he supposedly unalived. Right? So all of these things happen, and he got just mad bodies in his music. And OTF, Chicago Rap Collective, gets into a problem with NBA. Young Boy, Quando Rondo, all them guys. They were friends once, right? Because now these Chicago guys, they're all over Atlanta. So you can't get the money and just stay here. Not if you're them. What happens to you is what happened to FBG Duck. All right? You can't just get the bread and just stay here. So they go to LA, they go to Atlanta, whatever. But you're going to create blood feuds and enemies wherever you go, if that's your attitude, right? So, boom. They get into it with NBA Youngboy and them. And one day, a day that it was probably not opportune. See, everybody likes to scream, hey, put the guns down. Y'all should just box. Y'all should fight. That shit don't work no more. Give up your thoughts on that fight shit. You better back out first. You better upstrap first. Because they coming for your dome. On a night that maybe he should have, if he was feeling that way, he probably should have gone for the pistol. He ran up on him and started scrapping. Boom, boom, boom. But now he got 100 people with him. Looks like they're going to jump him. Right? No, they're going to jump him. And his boy, Quando Rondo's boy, Lil Tim, jumps out the car. He airs out King Von. Shout out Upper Echelon, super narcissist. So does everyone know that O Block started with my customers' kids, the BD twins? Bruh. You don't tell that story. You wait till I'm telling another one to tell that one. But you got Zamora's attention, man. Y'all should text each other. He said he finna get the needle. I gotta see how deep this case goes. I heard they got a lot on him. So, King Von gets into the fight. Right? He gets aired out. Other people get shot up. The police are right down the street. They start busting. Everybody's just busting crazy. Shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? We could watch the video. I don't know if it's going to get clapped or what. Stop it. Keep it going. But this is one angle. At this angle, they're already scrapping. Okay? This is relevant to what we're talking about today. Much more relevant than Jay's BD story. Okay? Yeah, Jay, hold that for the next React episode. There you go. He got a wrench too, but he could get...
Put him in a fucking bedroom.
He can get put in the bathroom. He's not immune from the bathroom. Salutes. All right? He don't want to tell us the stories. He want to tease the stories and shit over here. Like, he gonna go tell the stories on Oakland Leaks. Right? That's what's happening. So tell him, Albert, save that shit for fucking former Kingpin Reacts. So if you look in this corner over here, you'll see these guys are already looking. That would mean Von already walked up. Now, Von was sitting in the van, chilling. A lot of people outside. Supposedly, they weren't supposed to go to that place that night. They were going somewhere else. They turned around and ended up there. Shout out to the homie Pop Sick. I remember him writing a song called The Other Party. And The Other Party was a song about how you could push it over a long night. And sometimes you just need to go home before you go to that other party, because that other party, you might never leave that motherfucker. That other party might be the end of you. Supposedly they were headed somewhere else. I guess they got word that Quando and Rondo them was going to be here. They out there. They're deep. He's sitting in the van. He looked like he sleep, like he resting. Somebody comes over there. Now this truck right here, this is the truck Lil Tim's in. Little Tim is inside on the driver's side, and Quando Rondo is outside the passenger window talking to him when somebody walks up to King Von, taps him, wakes him up, tells him whatever he told him, you know, dude's over there. He walks over there, and he just starts stealing on dude. And this is what you get from there. All right? This is Von right here with the white tee. He already knocked down Quando, but it's looking like they jumping him. I don't know if this dude's kicking, whatever. But they on him. And Tim is jumping out the truck. So there's little Tim. He popped out. I'm gonna play it in full view, you know, in full speed as soon as I point these out. This is little Tim. He popped out. They scrapping. Well, they jumping on him. And Tim back out and just start busting at Von. Von goes down. He's wrestling with Quando Rondo on the floor as he goes down. He's holding on to him. All right? Now, as little Tim busts at Von, he gets shot. He goes down. Only scrapping. Tim pops out here. Tim busting. Tim come back. He busts some more. Tim go down. Bow. Now the cops are busting at everybody. Everybody's busting at each other. Von will not let go of Quando Rondo. He's holding him there. Tim is down. I don't know if he expended his shells already or what, but he's laying there like a sitting duck, and I guess he's paralyzed. Muwap come and punch Quando in the head. Bow, knock him dead. As King Von takes his last breaths. All right? They drag him out of there. They get out of there. The other buddy, I can't remember his name right now. He got his head split. It's a bad scene. Okay? Bad look. Salutes to y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. Hit the like button. I just wanted to give y'all a quick rundown. I hope that helped for the people that know nothing about the story. Now, Von passes away that night. Mind you, Von has beaten, I think he beat 2 unalivings in an attempt. I think he beat some cases. I think those were the cases with Durk. But they said they would have brought him up on more charges had he had lived, and I don't doubt it. You can't talk about all the shit that you're doing without it happening. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Papi the Menace. He's probably a little behind on the playback. Salutes to you though. He said, how the F homie serve a 12-year stint, gets out a year later, gets arrested for a felony with possession of a firearm charge, and then gets out right away. It should have been obvious to him. So all right. Well, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know if you're talking about this case or the last case. I'm confused because I don't know nothing about the case so far. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Mr. Ducky in the building. What up, Shy? Salutes. Right, hit the like button if y'all have yet to do so. In this chat real quick. Shy, remember the satisfaction of bathroom breaking up our echelon. Salutes. Don't forget King Von people had guns on them too, so either way, Higgins was dying that night. Oh, I don't deny it. I'm just saying, you know, it was probably the wrong night to scrap, no? Probably the wrong night to scrap. It's safe to say, I think. Shout out Raven Jefferson on the check-in. I appreciate you. Let's see. Painted Rose, salutes if you're at home. Walk town to the little village, salutes. Oh, OTF Jam. Cool. See, I don't even know the information yet, Papi. That's what I'm here for. Salutes. Or I'm going to call you the Menace, because that Papi shit, I'm not a New Yorican. My New Yoricans say that shit. He's talking about this case. Salutes. Trying to think, definitely tweaking. But I got to get some sleep. Love from Joliet. Salutes to you, Menace. Appreciate you. All right. So, after this happens, they were saying, it's about to get ugly. Durk gonna get payback. You gonna slide for Von. And people was waiting. It was taking too long. And, when you gonna slide for Von? When you gonna slide for Von? When you gonna slide for Von? He even had the conversation with academics about that. We'll play that too, right? So a bunch of things happen after this, and everybody talking that slide for Von shit. And then let me see if I can find this. What's his name? I just said his name and I forgot it. Quando Rondo. What's popping? Boom, we're back. All right. Crying. Trying to see that video of Quando Rondo when the shit went down. I think this is it.
Chaotic scene. The streets and this chaotic scene, the ending of a shooting that started in Beverly Grove. Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV. This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight. It all started at this mobile gas station at 5:30 Friday evening on La Cienega.
Quando Rondo was reportedly shot on Friday night while his friend Lil Pab didn't make it. So that was Quando Rondo screaming. That was the kid that Von fought that night. That, you know, and for you people that are, for you younger people that are invested in this story and know it, my explanations are for us people that are not following it every day the way you are. So don't get discouraged by the way I'm explaining to it. The way I'm explaining it, right? Now, mind you, King Von was supposedly had taken money to the hood, and there's videos of him handing out money, and they say supposedly that's the money that got FBG Duck taken out on the, you know, Gold Coast, the Magnificent Mile, the rich spot in Chicago where they did him dirty there, right? So this, people been waiting for something like this to happen. Supposedly a couple of things had happened before this, but because they kept saying, Durk, when you gonna slide for Von? I thought you was a gangster, bro. You told us you was a gangster. You told us that you gonna slide for your guy. You told us that y'all don't take L's like that. That y'all get back game. You told us that. Where you at? You ain't slide for Von. So when this happened, everybody's radar went up, right? All right. So then Durk went and did the conversation with Wack. All right, let's see. Let's see a short.
You get triggered by the slide for Von comments. Still.
Now this video comes out after Lil Pab is unalived in the car with Quando Rondo, who survives, who's outside screaming, right? And this video comes out. DJ Academics asked Lil Durk, does he get triggered by the slide for Von comments?
You get triggered by the slide for Von comments. Still. I don't know if people still say it. They used to say it, but you also mentioned.
All right. Now, Wack answered the question for him, right? Wack answered the question for him. He said, you know, you feel weird about, you know, when people say slide on Von? He said, well, when they used to say, I don't know if they say it as much anymore, right?
On a song, they be like, they be singing slide for Von. Still. I don't know if people still say it. They used to say it, but you also mentioned a song. They be like, they be singing slide for Von. I think they trolling me. Yo, by the way, them songs is fire. I ain't gonna lie.
For some reason, I just don't see them comments no more.
All right. For some reason, he just don't hear them comments no more. Why? Wink, wink. Nod, nod. No? Why? Why they ain't talking like that no more?
For some odd reason.
You think they're not gonna play this in court? Huh? You saying, Shia, you playing this right now? You know, this still got nothing to do with it. You think they're not gonna play this in court? Shit. They probably it probably get thrown out, whatever. Somebody gonna see it. Somebody looked at it already. Somebody
might be the water.
Put the mark on it and put that in the filing cabinet already.
Reason. I don't know.
I don't know.
Might be the water.
Might be the water.
You be seeing them comments a lot?
They kind of chilled out a little bit.
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
We here though. We different in Iraq.
Yeah. That's a fact.
What you talking about?
That's a fact. All right. So we got that out the way. Salutes. Right? It was all demons. Shout out Raven. Albert been to that gas station. Between Von, T-Roy, and even K.I., scratch my head, how many total alleged bodies? Bro, the number is nuts. And you think those beefs end tomorrow? Those are blood feuds, man. There's babies right now growing, knowing their own resentment already. Babies knowing, I miss my so-and-so. They did this to my so-and-so. Hey, this just being raised with it, knowing that this blood feud continues. Right? Shout out Albert ate at the gas station. Ed dropped bars on me. I'm not gonna spit your bars. That's disrespectful. I'll put them up there though. Salute. Why Lil Durk doing street shit? He a millionaire. His person is where the business and the money is at. You know? His mind, heart, and soul is back on the block. You know, proving to everybody that he gonna slide for Von. Right? But again, am I being judgmental early? I don't know. I don't know if he tweaked yet. I mean, I know he tweaked, but I don't know all of the ways he tweaked, and that's what I'm trying to get to. All right? Shout out George. He said I can't stand him. That's when you know not everybody can come up with you. Crazy how he crashed out. And that's what they're raising, a bunch of crash outs. Also said, of course, they're going to bring this video up. Durk is fucked. He got caught trying to flee. That means no bail, no flight, no bail, now flight risk. And I heard about that plan. Where you was going to go, bro? Oh, he got enough money. You little Durk, stupid. Flores twins didn't have 1 million videos of them on the internet. 1 trillion videos of them on the internet for them to go on the run to Italy or wherever the fuck he thought he was going to go. Where you going to go? That case doesn't mean you beat. Look at Irv and DJ Drama. I say what 50 says, Zachary. Irv didn't do shit. So they didn't beat nothing. They just got, what's the word? You're excused. You're out of the case. Matter of fact, the whole damn Adam 22 set is going to be brought to the stand. I want to get into all that. I want to know the Bricc Baby connection. I want to know what's going on with all this. So I'm about to get into that. So y'all see that. Boom. That was his response to academics, all right? Hundreds up in the chat for y'all. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. I'm here. Salutes. All right. So let me get this out of here. Let me get to this. So that happens, whatever. And now here we are with Lil Durk arrested. That makes sense. Upper echelon. I think he's going to go to a Muslim country that doesn't extradite. Okay. I wonder if they would have ever spent the resources to try to, if he did get on the plane, you think they'd ever spend the resources to try to get him before he gets to a Muslim country? He was thinking of going. Well, we're going to see what he was thinking, because there's a whole, I don't know what he was thinking. There's a whole bunch of shit to look at here that I don't know about yet. Fed case drained Irv's pockets. And that was the name of the game right there. Empty that motherfucker's coffers. Right? So let's get through this law and crime right here. I'll put it to 1.25 speed. If that's too fast for y'all let me know. And we'll go for that from there. Again, hundreds up in the chat for y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging out today. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. I want to see what's going on here. So they got him. He tried to get away, whatever. They got him. He got an answer for this. And I want to see all these mistakes that were made and see what's what.
A popular rap artist is behind bars after a shocking arrest, as authorities accuse him of being connected to an alleged murder-for-hire plot. Chicago rapper Durk Banks, better known by his stage name Lil Durk, was arrested yesterday after allegedly attempting to flee the country, and at this time, he's being held in a Broward County jail in Florida, awaiting transfer to the U.S. Marshals. According to the FBI affidavit, the Grammy Award-winning rapper is charged with conspiracy to commit murder for...
Answer that question for me, upper echelon, if you still listening. Do you think the government would have spent the money to try to get him landing in Italy or Hawaii or wherever the fuck he was trying to get to before he got to a Muslim country? Probably not, right? They probably just let him ride. It's just a RICO. Because this ain't a money, this is a murder for hire thing. Bricc Baby, cheap ass dude. He had 3 flights set to throw off the feds. He had to have known it was coming. He should have already been at whatever Muslim country instead of receiving bullshit ass keys for the city. That's a fact, George. I'd have been like, yo, go on, keep them keys, man. I gotta be somewhere. I gotta go, bro. We gotta stop making these dumbass people famous. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? What? There's a bunch of people crying right now that love his music. Yes, the people who spend the money are not the ones that make it. They were spent all the money to make sure he was put in prison. It's the poster boy. All right, see, there you go. They'd spend the bread. Go get his ass. Because I know they would have gone and went after Diddy. You know? Is it a RICO charge? I mean, it's a murder for hire charge. I don't know if it's a RICO. But then again, Diddy's is a RICO and he's the only one named in it. So I don't understand that one. But we'll see. I'm not no lawyer. Brashalan probably know more about that than me. All right, let's see. We back to the tweakage.
For hire. His arrest comes on the same day as federal prosecutors announced.
Winnie the Pooh, I don't know nothing about it yet. I probably said the word RICO, but yeah, it's a murder for hire case. So, sorry. But I'm about to learn. I'm about to get my learn on. Salutes. Hit the like button if y'all have yet to do so. I appreciate y'all.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yippee-ki-yay,
announced in
motherfucker.
California the charges of 5 other men for the attempted murder of Georgia rapper Quando Rondo, whose real name is Tyquan Bowman. Prosecutors say those 5 men all have ties to Chicago gangs and all targeted the Georgia rapper in retaliation for the murder of Chicago rapper King Von. According to prosecutors, all 5 men, who include Kevon London Grant, a.k.a. Vonnie, Asa Houston, a.k.a. Boogie, David Brian Lindsay, a.k.a. Brown Eyes, Keith Jones, a.k.a. Flocka, and DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, a.k.a. Didi. They all face charges including conspiracy to commit murder for hire, committing murder for hire involving death, and use of a machine gun in a violent crime resulting in death. And the most serious charge carries up to the death penalty if convicted. According to prosecutors, all 5 men have ties to Lil Durk's hip-hop group Only the Family, also known as OTF. OTF was founded by Lil Durk more than a decade ago. And according to the FBI, OTF members engage in violence, including murder and assault, at the direction of Lil Durk and to maintain their status in OTF. King Von, whose real name was Davon Bennett, was also a part of OTF and frequently collaborated with and was a longtime friend of Lil Durk. King Von was shot and killed in November of 2020 outside a nightclub in Atlanta. He was killed in the early morning hours of November 6 during an argument between 2 groups that escalated into gunfire. And he was fatally shot by Quando's associate Lil Tim after the argument. The indictment doesn't name Davon Bennett, aka King Von. Instead, the charging documents state a high-ranking OTF member described by the initials DB got into a physical altercation with someone referred to as TB, and the circumstances surrounding that incident mirror King Von's murder. The indictment says after DB's death, co-conspirator 1 made clear in coded language that they would pay a bounty or monetary reward to anyone who took part in killing TB for his role in DB's murder. That co-conspirator is allegedly Lil Durk, who authorities say made it known he would pay a bounty to anyone who killed Quando Rondo. According to the court documents, the men used an OTF-associated credit card to buy plane tickets to LA in August of 2022 to search for TB, who is allegedly...
Another point to make sure that you keep and hold. Little Tim, the kid that shot Von, Little Tim beat the case. That was self-defense. There was no case there, basically. They ruled it self-defense. Also said, regardless, the feds about to drain Lil Durk's pockets. Even if he were to beat the case, they're going to leave him broke like Irv. Broken. Mo One is championing the Rest in Peace Von Free Durk campaign. Salutes.
Quando Rondo, and using funds provided by Lil Durk. Durk allegedly texted an associate arranging the flight, "Don't book no flights under no names involved with me." And Durk alleged for TF-associated credit card to buy plane tickets to LA in August of 2022.
All right, so they used an OTF.
Anyone who took part in killing TB.
They used an OTF business credit card under the LLC of their company, of their record label, to book plane tickets to go looking for Quando Rondo, allegedly. Right? Crazy.
For his role in DB's murder. That co-conspirator is allegedly Lil Durk, who authorities say made it known he would pay a bounty to anyone who killed Quando Rondo. According to the court documents, the men used an OTF-associated credit card to buy plane tickets to LA in August of 2022 to search for TB, who is allegedly Quando Rondo, and using funds provided by Lil Durk. Durk allegedly texted an associate arranging the flight, "Don't book no flights under no names involved with me." And prosecutors claim when there, Kevon Grant booked a hotel room for the men to stay at and
He might as well have texted, hey, when you guys go to look for Quando Rondo to terminate him for me after I pay you, make sure that you don't get those things off of those flights that you're going to Cali to get him with. You make sure you don't book those under my credit card, because then the feds will know that it was me that paid you guys to get there. You know what I'm saying? He should have texted that. That would have worked out better. All right, saying the movie ain't be no fair case. By the sounds of it, everything was tapped. So he was effed from the get. Possible RICO, since he was using his enterprise to pay. They were never real criminals. They were gangsters and killers. It's a fact.
provided the others with firearms. Grant allegedly procured cars, ski masks, and firearms that were used to find, track, and kill TB.
You're right.
According to the FBI, there is video evidence.
That's
that
a great
Durk
point. They weren't criminals. They were gangsters. They were killers. They were on the street. But, you know, they also weren't never multi-million-dollar rappers before. Now they are. Now they texting each other talking about, listen, when I send you over there to exterminate dude, don't buy the plane tickets, the hammer, the bullets, nothing in my name.
was staying at the house in the San Fernando Valley.
Unorganized crime. There it is. Finally, something I can agree with from Manalea. Salutes. They got the text messages from the iCloud. It was on text. Crazy. Could have been doing good things with all his resources, all for nothing. Yeah. With the meme saying, now he gonna have to serve all my life.
Day.
A lot of the stories that we cover here at Law and Crime are very tough to tell, but part of the reason we're able to keep bringing you these types of stories is because of our great sponsors. So I want to take a moment to thank Upside for Pass Restaurant completely for into your bank account. So here's a card and follow the steps. Many other places description to the essence and
stop for gas. According to prosecutors,
should have had their rush cards ready to go.
Again, that's promo code LC News for an extra 25 cents back on your first gallon of gas.
According to the indictment, Kevon Grant allegedly rented 2 cars, one of which had a fake license plate for the men to use and follow Rondo and his 24-year-old cousin. But when Rondo and his cousin stopped for gas, according to prosecutors, Asa Houston allegedly drove to a nearby alley before Keith Jones, David Brian Lindsay, and a third unidentified man known in the indictment as co-conspirator 2 carried out the shooting, which was captured on surveillance video. Rondo wasn't injured. However, his cousin passed away after being fatally wounded. According to court documents, the 5 men and co-conspirators used facilities of interstate and foreign commerce, such as planes, cars, cell phones, and the internet with intent that the murder of TB be committed. After the shooting, according to the indictment, the men went to a nearby burger spot to discuss payment. Then on the same day, the credit card was used to purchase tickets.
Wait, what? See, sorry, I'd be reading the chat and shit. A person said, being a rapper never make you a real criminal. You're a typical gangster from Chicago. Raven said he should have told him to use his credit card between the 6 of them straight. Clown shit.
Jones, David Bryan, with intent that the murder of TB be committed. After the shooting, according to the indictment, the men went to a nearby burger spot to discuss payment. Then on the same day, the credit card was used to purchase tickets for Keith Jones, David Brian Lindsay, Asa Houston, DeAndre Wilson.
So they got the whole thing. They got the whole thing.
And a third unidentified man, known in the indictment as co-conspirator 2, carried out the shooting, which was captured on surveillance video. Rondo wasn't injured. However, his cousin passed away after being fatally wounded. According to court documents, the 5 men and co-conspirators used facilities of interstate and foreign commerce, such as planes, cars, cell phones, and the internet with intent that the murder of TB be committed. After the shooting, according to the indictment, the men went to a nearby burger spot to discuss payment. Then on the same day, the credit card was used to purchase tickets for Keith Jones, David Brian Lindsay, Asa Houston, DeAndre Wilson, and co-conspirator 2 to travel back to Chicago. Lil Durk wasn't named in the charging documents against Grant, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston. But according to the indictment, the defendants were offered money and lucrative music opportunities with OTF for the murder of Quando Rondo. Prior to Lil Durk's arrest, the Chicago rapper was being sued by the mother of Chicago drill rapper FBG Duck. FBG Duck was murdered in 2020, and his death led to several convictions in a federal conspiracy trial last January. But his mother sued Lil Durk, OTF, and King Von's estate, alleging they were all involved in the shooting as well. According to the suit, OTF operates as a criminal enterprise. After Grant, Jones, Lindsay, Wilson, and Houston were arrested Thursday, the FBI says Durk booked 2 flights from South Florida airports, one to Dubai and one to Switzerland. He then reportedly booked a flight to Italy, but was arrested in Miami before he could board that flight. Lil Durk and the other defendants are being held pending their transfer back to LA. I want to bring on now Detective Eric Barnes to break down this case even further. Eric, thank you so much for joining me today. You know, Lil Durk is a really popular rapper, but what's your reaction to his arrest and his alleged connection to this murder-for-hire plot of Georgia rapper Quando Rondo?
Well, you know, it's a very interesting case. I've been following it for some time now, but it's very representative of things that are going on within the hip-hop community these days. One foot in the studio, one foot in the streets.
And talk to me a little bit about retaliation within gang culture, maybe even hip hop culture as well, too, that we can even trace back these events in particular, kind of in a way, starting from King Von's death in Georgia in 2020, and 2 years later, Quando Rondo's attempted murder, where his cousin was actually killed during this ambush. What is your kind of reaction to just this whole web and trail that has been going on essentially since 2020, even probably prior to that, too?
Well, you know, one of the things that's been popular with hip hop artists is to maintain the same group of friends that they had since they were kids. Maintaining that loyalty, not changing up, and becoming a new person because you have fame. And so, in keeping these alliances, you know, sometimes there's beef that follows from the streets into rap, and you know, like I said, these guys live, you know, day to day, and their alliances also live that same lifestyle.
And, you know, reading through this indictment, there appears to be this really heavy level of planning to allegedly carry out this murder. Plane tickets were bought, cars were rented, ski masks and firearms were bought. Talk to me a little bit about the sophistication you may have noticed within the planning and these allegations.
Shout out Winnie the Pooh, her voice on AI. I got this going faster than normal. This is going at 1.25, 1.25 speed. If you can understand it, it's cool, but if it's too fast, let me know.
Well, you know, one of the things that you have to, the hurdles, so to say, that you have to get over in this case is just the geographic difficulties going from Chicago to California to commit this offense. And so there's only a couple ways you can get there. Either you can drive or you can fly. And, you know, obviously the advantage of flying gives you more of a time advantage. You can get there faster, but you also leave an electronic footprint. And that's what it seems like law enforcement was able to pick up on.
You think that it had a footprint? What did they think? Did he think he was going to be able to write this murder for hire off on his taxes? He's like, guys, put that on the company card. We're going to write that off at the end of the year. Huh? What kind of stupid shit was that, man? Again, that's not criminal shit. That's dumb shit. That's crash out shit. That's Chrissy Moltisanti. I don't remember what he did. Tony smacked him up and said, you trying to be caught. You want to get caught. It's a psychological thing with you. You tweak. No? He was going to write that shit out. He was going to call his accountant and be like, listen, I had to handle this little thing in LA. You know, couldn't catch him in Atlanta. I had to do this little thing in LA. I want to see if I could write that off, you know, make up for it.
Electronic footprints that were left from purchasing the tickets. Now, when you fly, you also have to have transportation on the ground. So you have rental cars. And if you're there for an extended period of time, that also leads to maybe a hotel stay.
You know, as we talk about this level of planning, it also appears there was also this element of not so great planning if you didn't want to be caught. And some of the 5 defendants actually used their real names, their birth dates, and photo IDs to book this trip.
Right. This was a crash out mission. This wasn't they didn't plan to get out. See, we were saying that about the shit that's going on in Mexico, right? Just dealing with the propaganda that we got to deal with every day. But we were sitting here saying, oh, we don't know who's winning, you know, this one or that one. But, this was a crash out mission, bro. They didn't plan to win. We said, oh, we don't think the guys in Mexico planned. They planned the kidnapping, but they didn't plan the war. Maybe they did, right? In this case, they didn't plan to get out of there. That was a send-off mission. That's just stupidity. There was no planning involved. The planning was we're going to get them. They were so thirsty for the man, I wish I could speak freely on this channel. They were so thirsty for the revenge, get back, slide for Vaughn, that they didn't think about getting out of there. So maybe that was their intention. But dude didn't insulate himself from the shit show that he paid for that was happening at the bottom.
And then one of the co-conspirators actually texted another co-conspirator saying, "Don't book no flights under no names involved."
Don't book no flights.
What's your reaction to kind of
put it in the company card,
doing this allegedly and using your real name, your real ID, but also kind of wanting to keep this on the down low as well too, of not.
But that's a crash out. Shout out, Sophie loves God, amen. So Sophie said Durk really is kind of dumb, especially in an interview when he said he was Allah. I didn't see that. I don't pay attention enough. I didn't see that. Jonathan said he ain't learned from Tekashi. They must have been Durk because they had a dude wearing a wire around him. And from my understanding, dude was wearing that wire for a very long time. For a very long time. All right? He didn't see how dumb that was. Co-conspirator 2 is either a snitch or dead. I don't think it was a crash out. It's just that they're too dumb to do something like that. But That's what a crash out is. He crashed out.
Well, I think that
A crash out doesn't have to just be he chose to crash out. You know what I'm saying? Crash out, you could be too dumb and crash out because you was dumb as shit. Dumb as a bag of bricks.
you know, when I read over that, I was kind of surprised by that, with how you know, unhidden that was. But I think also it plays to the element of what their motivation was. And it seemed that you know, there was some discussion of payment. And so sometimes individuals are so intrigued by being able to get their hands on whatever this payment is that they overlook small details, and
Texting
leaving
them,
your name on
don't
the receipt or
put it
on
in
the
my
reservation is
name.
one of those
What?
things that they missed.
When we see kind of these types of cases, a lot of times I think sometimes the defendants are allegedly always kind of wanting one specific target, but then there are some cases where someone else is hurt or killed, kind of in this focus of retaliation. What are your thoughts, given that Quando Rondo's cousin was actually killed when the murder was allegedly plotted for him?
You know, I think it's always unfortunate that
And didn't get the right guy. That a bitch.
innocent people get caught in the line of fire. It's something that we deal with often within street violence. But I also think within the streets, there's also a mentality when there's a retaliation and gang culture that if you get caught riding with someone that I have beef with, then it just kind of, it's the rules of the streets. Like, you put yourself in that situation, and now you have to unfortunately reap the circumstances of it.
And there's also been rumors circulating online that there might have been an informant or even a snitch within OTF that may have revealed more to the feds. Do you think that's at all possible in this case, that they needed an informant on the inside to kind of give a scoop into kind of how everything was planned out?
Sounds like they had a whole agent.
Came to fruition.
Sounds like they didn't even need the informant. You got him, right? You got him, good for you. But you probably didn't even need them. You know? Probably wasn't even a thing.
Well, I know that there was very detailed information, and it definitely indicates that the investigators did a great job digging up surveillance footage and being able to uncover some of the intimate details. I don't know if there was an informant necessarily, but it seems that they do have some very personal details in their indictment.
And given if there was possibly an informant, kind of how do they all play a role into this case? Because again, within the culture, a lot of times there is a no snitching policy. But what are your thoughts on whether or not there might have been an informant and kind of how that may have all came into this as well too?
Well, you know, the no snitching thing is very huge in the street and within the hip hop culture. But one thing that within the law enforcement community, when someone is looking at a significant sentence, which I think murder for hire either carries in some sort of situations, death penalty, and also life in prison, you know, it's every man for himself at that moment. And so the old cliche of the first one to talk gets the best deal, normally that weighs very heavily in these cases.
Some of the defendants, in addition to being offered money, were also promised lucrative music opportunities.
What are you gonna do? Tell on Diddy? He gonna tell on Diddy and shit? At this point, hip hop going through a recession. Everybody's going down. And we'll see, man. I don't know about that yet. Feds have Instagram. That's all they need. Everybody telling on themselves. Right?
Murder. And I know we've kind of been having a discussion about, you know, how rap culture kind of bleeds into gang culture. But what's your reaction to kind of this lucrative opportunity given they carry out this bounty?
Well, you know, it's the American dream of wanting to be able to create a better opportunity for yourself and your family. And unfortunately, a lot of individuals have, you know, the dream of making it in the rap business, and you're just not given the opportunity. So that is something that is going to be very alluring to a lot of it.
What Devon Monroe just said, salutes to you on the check-in. When keeping it real goes wrong, right? When keeping it real goes wrong. Do it all the way, man. He serviced a lot of people as far as, you know, people, you know, he kept people on payrolls, different payrolls. People had jobs. People are, he's killing off a whole lot of shit right now over some stupid shit. Some shit that it was a rap, bro. It was a rap. All you had to do was make money. That's it. That's it. You hit the lottery, bro. You was blessed. Right? The universe chose you. You was like, look, go on, take the company card. I'm going to try to double dip. I'm going to try to pay you bum motherfuckers to go do this for me, right? But I want to claim this shit on my taxes and try to get this shit back at the end of the year, at the beginning of the year, you know what I mean? So that's me clowning and being sarcastic, but that's how stupid it sounds to me.
Individuals, because they not only want to be able to have the rap contract, but also the rap lifestyle, you know, and some people are willing to do whatever it takes to get that.
Sometimes when we see these cases, especially gang cases that also kind of double as like hip hop.
What did Pete and Jay say? They said all that jewelry, all them diamonds, all that platinum, all that gold, that belongs to the lawyers. You just cop it. You just pay top dollar for it. Lawyer gonna get it. It's his. You just holding on to it for now. You guys have become personal shoppers for the lawyers. Because all that shit don't belong to Lil Durk no more right there. Gone.
To get that.
And sometimes when we see these cases, especially gang cases that also kind of double as like hip hop cases, you know, YNW Melly, this case with Lil Durk, even YSL, I can't help but notice just how young some of the defendants are and some of the alleged activities that they're being accused of doing. They're so young, you know, in their 20s, probably started maybe when they were teenagers. But what are your thoughts on just how young some of these defendants are when they're kind of coming up, like you had just mentioned, wanting this American dream, but then at the same time, having this kind of tie to the street culture where maybe they don't see the actual consequences of what could happen. Either they go to jail or they may end up dead on the street. What are your thoughts on just...
That's it. You either Von or you Durk. That's it. You Von or you Durk. Right? Now, somebody, shout out Devon Monroe said, wash like detergent soap. Winnie the Pooh said, why don't they do diss tracks and make money instead of shooting each other? Because I'm gonna get to you. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna get back. Shout out Coco Multi. I feel like he could have chose to let it go. He has too much to lose for this case to have so many digital traces. I don't know how he thought he would get away with it. It was a unaliving mission, a self unaliving mission. 50 said you gotta clean that ish all the way up. Can't have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Man. Shout out Winnie the Pooh. Why don't they do diss tracks and make money? Because I'm gonna speak particularly about these guys coming from the culture that they come from the city that they come from the place that they come from. These beefs didn't start on records. These beefs migrated onto records. They was real life situations first, right? The relationship between K.I. and King Von is not something unheard of in this city. Enemies have always been known to jump on phones and talk shit to each other and bait one another and all of that shit. I don't know how they do it everywhere else here, you know? We used to have a thing in Chicago called I'm sure they had it in many places, called the PL. And it would go down in there. So these beefs ended up on the record. So it's always personal with this shit. Why? Because they're going as far as, you know, look at the stuff with the Florida kid that passed away. They dancing on graves and all of this shit. They doing songs like Dead Bitches from FBG Duck. That shit can't stay on record. This ain't the 90s. And this group of kids, they're on some other shit. They're on some crash out shit. Either Durk a real evil person because you have a mansion with your beautiful kids and girl, or you think about another person's life that's not gangster, that's evil. Or you worried about everybody saying, why you ain't slide for Von yet? How about that? That too. The pressure on his head about why he ain't slid for Von yet. You let that shit get you. You let that shit get you. You could have probably gave it time. And mind you, look at Quando Rondo after that. He was, you know, he felt like he was going to get unalived. Lil Tim felt like he was going to get terminated. They feel like they did what they had to do. They clowning too. This shit just gets deeper and deeper. Deeper than rap. To me, it has nothing to do with rap. Rap is just a tool. Talk that shit on. Tell your story, right? Give yourself your props. But you let their opinion of you get you out of there.
That whole layer and aspect of it.
Well, you know, I think one of the things that weighs heavily on this, the influence, is the fact that, you know, a guy that you may have grown up with, seen around the neighborhood, now he has his lucrative rap contract and is driving, you know, foreign cars and living in expensive houses and traveling, you know, all across the country. They almost become larger than life. And so when you have a young individual that maybe hasn't had the best role models in life, you know, what they're going to see this individual
Rico.
achieve is going to be...
Warren just subscribed on YouTube.
Shout out Rico Warren for the subscription. Appreciate you.
larger than any kind of verbal warning that someone can tell them. They're going to take their word as being, good. If I can carry out what is being asked of me, then maybe I can live this lifestyle as well. And I think that reality weighs heavier than any consequence that you can think of.
And as someone who is a detective who works with street gangs, kind of what are you hearing from the inside that you'd be willing to talk about on camera as far as, maybe just what the motivation is to kind of continue to be a part of this lifestyle?
Well, obviously what everyone is doing right now across social media as well as the streets and within the street culture is they're kind of unpacking this indictment. They're trying to breaking it down line by line, trying to piece things together, figure out if there is an informant, also figuring out if this was something that was carried out on behalf of King Von, just connecting the dots on, their from their levels. But I think that what factors into that is the theory that, nobody plans to get caught. The plan is we're going to do it. We're going to get away with it. And we're looking 100 yards down the field instead of seeing what's going on.
They didn't plan to not get caught. That's exactly what they didn't plan for, is to not get caught. It's weak boys who don't know who they are and not close to the high power.
Right now. And the factor of getting caught, now being named in a federal indictment, that part is not really thought of too heavily because, again, nobody factors in that I am going to get caught for this.
And kind of going back to the Lil Durk aspect of it as well.
How you don't factor that shit in?
He wasn't.
Also said they told us they was demons and they rap about the evil shit they be on. Enjoy your reality. There it is. Shout out Devon Monroe. The internet could be a blessing and a curse. It's an absolute fact. It's an absolute fact. People just real comfortable saying whatever the fuck they want on the internet. In a disrespectful manner. Like and subscribe for the great quality content. Excuse me. It's been a long day of premieres and preparations. And look how quick it is. When did Von go? 2022? They gave them everything they needed to lock them down, get them. We got them. You know how they say, the feds got 97% victory rate or whatever, 99% victory rate because they don't go after you unless they got you? They got everything they needed to get you quick.
Again, a very popular rap artist. He had a lot of popular songs, and a lot of fans did look up to him. But it seems, though, as we don't know at this
2024 ain't even over.
Point, but it seems, though, a lot of people may be alleging he's kind of the kingpin in a way of the OTF, and that he is someone who carries out these plots, essentially, kind of running a criminal enterprise. What are your thoughts on just kind of how people allege these popular rap artists are these kingpins in a way of criminal street gangs?
Well, I think with this case, it's going to be very interesting in how it plays out. But we're going to really get into the basics of rap being entertainment or rappers really living what they rap about. And I think there's definitely something that's a hurdle that investigators are going to have to get over, with just proving that this Lil Durk's role in OTF wasn't merely entertainment, that he actually had a role within the street culture of OTF.
And do you see any other hurdles that investigators may come to find when they're kind of going through this case?
Well, anytime that you're dealing with multiple people with inside, in an indictment, co-conspirators, what's people's roles kind of change, and then there's money as well involved with some of the people that were discussed in this case. So it's also heavily influenced by the street life and culture, gang life and culture. And so what they have today may change. And hopefully on the investigators' end, what you see in that indictment would only kind of snowball and grow larger. Maybe they're able to develop more evidence and convert some of these co-conspirators into witnesses for the government.
All right, Detective Eric Barnes, I appreciate so much your insight into this case.
All right. So they gave us some info. The info they gave us is they got everything. They got everything that they need, right? Sophie said, didn't Durk just make that song for the kids? He in the back taking somebody out. It's sad. He identified with where he was from. He identified with what was expected of him. And he fooled himself into believing that he can get away with it. All right, let's get, Albert Flores said, it's like everybody's getting positive. It's like Cat Williams unlocked a fucking Pandora's box when he said everybody getting exposed. All right. I want to get to the Wack 100. Wack 100 got info about this. I'm almost sure they said King Von had investigations going after his untimely death. On the Breakfast Club, Durk did that nose thing and Von got silent. Yeah, I always believe sometimes people look more into things than what they are, but he could have possibly been stifling them, telling them to shut up. But he did have cases after that. Again, they said he would have been charged for KI if he was alive. So hope all the young artists coming up learn from this BS. Man, it's unfortunate because, you know, you got the ones that they crash out on the criminal side of things, or on the criminal side of things, and then you got the ones that fall apart on the narcotic side of the thing. And it's like, in that mess, you losing a lot of what could be something special, but it just keeps going and going. You know, they always say there's a two roads, jail or death. Well, right now, one is Von and the other one is Durk, and quite possibly, according to 298 Sosa, they're going to go for the termination sentence. They're going to do some needlework. No more OG leadership in Chicago. Well, that's been a long time. All right, let's get this. Salutes. Honey's up in the chat for y'all. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me on this Monday night. I hope everybody went out today and got that money. Let's hope we don't.
All right, here we go. Wack 100. Welcome back to Vlad TV.
What's up, Vlad?
There is so much going on right now.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
You're walking in a very interesting time right now.
Yeah, but it's very different. The atmosphere is different.
Yeah.
Now this right here, guys, is where the plot thickens on this story. And I heard about this. I believe it was Albert that may have told me about this. This is where the plot thickens in this story. Salutes.
Like from the top of the mountain to the mid mountain to the bottom of the mountain, it's scary out there.
Right. So, a few hours ago, less than a day, Lil Durk, along with 5 other OTF associates, was arrested for the 2022 murder of Quando Rondo's cousin, Lil Pop.
I broke the Lil Durk.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because I remember last night.
Last night.
Yeah, the 5 associates were arrested.
I called. I tell Adam.
Okay.
I get a call. One of my OGs from Chicago lives up in Milwaukee. They called and said, yo, they just snatched Durk down in Miami.
Yeah.
I tell Adam. I don't know that Adam texts Ack and like, yo, Wack says this, but I haven't got it from a credible source. So I guess Adam's waiting to get it from the white people. Right? I guess, he don't want to get it from the guy from the streets, right? So I call him Ack. I say, Ack, listen. He's breaking it. I said, listen, the guy that's like Puffy, that's not Puffy, is now in Puffy's situation, co-conspirator one. He like, nah. I said, they got him. He like, no. I said, you want to make a bet? He like, okay, let's bet. I said, all right, well, the exposers need to come to your show. So 4 first-class tickets, L.A. to New York, on you. If not, I got to give you a gift. That's the equivalent to the cost. He like, bet. I said, hey, give it a couple hours, about 10, 11 o'clock, you get a mugshot. So he's talking crazy. He calls me. How did you know? I said, bro. He said, the DJ told me it was a lie. Of course, the first text that goes out is nobody say anything, right? But the crazy part about this is like maybe a couple hours ago, it's come out that they had wiretaps of Durk allegedly trying to clean up the people he think might tell. Now, if that...
What do you mean by clean up?
Okay.
That could be taken a few different ways.
No, they saying they got wiretaps, allegedly, that Durk is saying, get these people out the way.
Damn.
Now, that's the case. We have a murder for hire.
Facts.
Which carries life. Attempted murder for hire, because Quando's in the back seat.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was the intended target, by the way, Quando.
And whatever conspiracies for however many people he may have mentioned, right, was not going to help him is the confusion he tried to of him, his travel. He had one flight going to Dubai, one flight going to Switzerland, but then he had a PJ
go to Italy, I think.
Going to Italy.
Yeah.
Right? All booked different places, but all of these require your passport. So unless you got a totally different passport, it doesn't matter where you got your passport registered to fly out of. They're going to see you booking the international flight. You get what I'm saying? And all they're going to do, this is the feds.
Yeah.
They're just going to call New York, hey, watch this terminal.
Done.
Watch this terminal. And the private jet, they're going to just watch it. And I believe they called him around the corner from Opalaka somewhere.
If what Wack 100 just said is true, which I don't doubt it, because that information be out there, people be talking, the information always gets back to him. If that's true, he was already fucked. He extra fucked. He tried to do the Jimmy Conway, Goodfellas, when he put Frankie Carbone in the meat truck. And he took out everybody that did the Lufthansa heist except for Henry Hill. Can't trust them. They might get me popped off. And why do I have to break them off any money? And get rid of them, and now you popped. He sounds popped. If they got all of these wiretaps that they're saying they got, he's popped. Jay-Z can't save him. Whatever that lady is from, whatever her face from Rock Nation, she can't save him. He's done. He's done. He put them flights. He put his own flights to get away on a company card, I'm sure. Trying to get a tax break at the end of the year. Shout out J.R. Riley. Said Bricc Baby going down too. He was probably the dummy that gave up Rondo's location, because as soon as Rondo left L.A., he dropped his 60s flag, because I bet the feds told him he was set up by his gang. His own gang, mind you, set him up, because Bricc Baby's rolling 60s to get. Well, I mean, all I got to know is that Nipsey Hussle was terminated in the parking lot of the Marathon store. That's all I got to know. For me to say anything's possible. Everything's possible. And likely. All right? So, we're on the 60s to get like Rondo. So I think the feds told him they set his ass up 1,000%. Did he say one of Chicago's associates live in Milwaukee? He's basically using the Flores twins' Milwaukee warrant as they went to Mexico. What are you talking about, Jonathan? And Henry Hill is Bricc Baby, probably. Too bad we can watch either the Fed's cases against Diddy or Durk with both pissed. And too bad we can watch either of the Fed's cases against P. Diddler or Lil Durk, which both pissed the life of 5-star hotels to living in a boy's bathroom. Facts. They in the bathroom.
Put him in a fucking bedroom.
Together. They in there together. Wow. All right. I want to look for some more. There's something else I want to know about this. I want to know this Bricc Baby stuff. And I want to know the Big U connection. Anybody got any pertinent links? You could drop them in the Discord. I wonder if Poetic Flacco gonna clap us. Let's see. Wait. Oh, Wack 100 talked about it with Adam 16. Watch Bricc is the local person they talked about in the paperwork. It's crazy. Shout out Lashina Weekly. I just subscribed here. Hey, salutes. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. Salutes to you. Welcome. Join the Discord. I dropped the Discord link. If you're on Discord, you can join the Discord. We got our own little social network there. I shit on trolls and everybody else talks, baseball and cartels and current events and music and food. It's a nice place to be for nice people. Right? I want to see... let's go to No Jumper, man. Wait, unless Poetic Flacco might have
Wack 100 and Bricc Baby has been beefing for a pretty long time now, but this Lil Durk situation has sort of taken their beef from a local LA thing to they're now beefing on the main stage and the world is watching. Now, their beef is starting or reigniting on the world stage because Wack 100 has been going from platform to platform, accusing Bricc Baby of being a snitch in a Lil Durk case. So in this Lil Durk case, there's a couple of co-conspirators that haven't been named. One of those people being co-conspirator 4, who they claim is a local LA dude who gave
Jason McDonald 27 just subscribed on YouTube.
Wack 100.
Shout out Jason McDonald for the subscription. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. Sure you hit the like button on the way in. Oh, shout out Mama Duck. Salutes. That's Mama Duck, FBG Duck's mama. Salutes to you. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. Tekashi ain't unalive anyone, and he was facing mad time, so he folded. I don't see how Durk getting out. All he can do is fold and get a lower sentence if possible.
100 believes that person is Bricc Baby because the person who will know that information will only know it if Quando Rondo told them or checked in with them when he got to LA. Now, usually if you are an artist with gang affiliations, you check in to your gang when you get to a particular city if your gang is home to that particular city. And the person who told Lil Durk and OTF Quando Rondo's location, they knew the hotel he was staying at, they knew his schedule for the day, they knew how armed he was, they knew pretty much everything about Quando Rondo, and you wouldn't know that unless you're tapped in with Quando Rondo.
I understand that, but the Lil Pop murder, which was supposed to be the Quando Rondo murder, was a retaliation to King Von getting killed.
For that. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, who's the first one to get mentioned today?
Salutes, everyone. Salutes, Mama Duck. Mama Duck, again, you are more than welcome here. If you ever want to talk, if you ever want to get something off your chest, if there's a conversation that we're having that you want to have a reaction to, you're more than welcome. We drop the StreamYard link at times. Sometimes we drop the Discord voice chat. So, and you can always let your opinion be heard in the chat. All right? We appreciate you. Thank you.
What do you mean?
One of your guests. We all thought that was a bad drug deal, weed deal. You know that. The world thought that shooting was a bad weed deal between some Armenians or Persians. That's what the world thought.
Huh. Okay.
And it wasn't until February of 2023 that Bricc Baby goes on the internet with Flacco.
Salutes. That's welcome to Mama Duck. Just here to listen. Salutes. I appreciate you.
And says, Bricc Baby goes on the show and says, I guess they can't say OTF didn't slide for King Von anymore. And Flacco says, well, what are you talking about? He said, yeah, the shooting. They slid for King Von.
Wack 100 is partly right in terms of street dudes and gangsters in LA was telling media personalities and podcasters off the record that Durk ain't had nothing to do with Quando Rondo and Lil Pop getting shot up, and that it was the plug. That Lil Pop owed the plug, and the plug put a bag on Lil Pop's head, and the dudes who killed Lil Pop came up close and reached over Quando Rondo and killed Lil Pop and ran off, so it couldn't be Lil Durk. Now, it's unclear if these street dudes were just misinformed or if they were lying on behalf of Lil Durk. Because Lil Durk putting that narrative out there in the streets of LA, could very well be a psyop, right? It could be Lil Durk putting that message out there, trying to pretty much trick people into thinking that he's not involved. So when Bricc Baby said that, I feel like that was the first time an LA gangster gave an alternative story. However, the Bricc Baby story of, yo, we can't say Slavovano no more because Durk and them already slid, that wasn't a theory that was brand new. No, that was a theory that was already out there by the fans. The fans was already posting about it on Reddit and even implicating Bricc Baby in that theory. So the theory itself wasn't new, but it was new to LA because everybody from LA thought they had the scoop.
OTF.
Yeah.
Now, that's February. March, the feds get on Bricc. We don't know this. Jump to June 2023. Feds come to Bricc Baby's house. We get the report. I'm screaming, Bricc Baby just got picked up by the feds. What's happening? When your court date? Right? We're under the presumption that it's an AK-47 case. But what really happened was they came there to get his cell phone.
I think this goes without saying, but Wack 100 is one of...
Shit. Yo, these cell phones, boy. They fuck you with the cell phones, all right? A lot of y'all too young for that reference, but the man was speaking the future right there because these cell phones, man, these pings are triangulating your ass and sending you to jail or putting you in a box. You know? Send location, huh? Send location, bad shit happens. It's crazy shit. This is going to be horrible, horrible look for the no telling groupies. Listen, man. The conversations they're having is all telling, all that shit.
One of the most talented orators we've ever had in our community. Because I know firsthand that Bricc Baby had nothing to do with this Lil Durk situation. I know Bricc Baby didn't snitch. I know Bricc Baby didn't tell. I know Bricc Baby didn't drop Quando Rondo's location. But hearing Wack 100 speak, he's so great.
Now, is Poetic Flacco sticking himself in this and ready to get a call from prosecutors that they want to talk to him about what he knows? Because he keeps saying, I know he didn't do this. I know he didn't do that. Do you know? I hope you know, Poetic Flacco.
But hearing Wack 100 speak, he's so great at just speaking, right? And just proving his point that I'm listening like, did Bricc Baby have something to do with this? But then I stop listening and stop being under the trance, and I say, nah. Like of course not. Bricc is not involved. But Wack 100 theory is Bricc Baby was ran up on by the feds. They ran up in his crib looking for his cell phone. They found a few guns in his crib, and they gave him a gun charge. But the main goal was to find that phone and to flip Bricc Baby. And after they found the phone and found a correspondence between Bricc Baby and Lil Durk, Wack 100 believes that Bricc Baby began cooperating. And Wack 100 will say that proof that Bricc Baby gave Quando Rondo's location is what Quando Rondo did after he left LA.
Right? If you go in there and look at that report, number 4 is a local guy that was dropping Quando's locations.
Oh.
Slow down. Number 4 is a local guy that was dropping Quando's locations. Now, after the murder, when Quando went back to Georgia, what did he immediately do?
Dropped his flag?
There it goes. What was he claiming?
Roll 60 script.
Where Bricc Baby from?
Roll 60 script.
What you think the police told Quando?
That the Roll 60 set him up?
Wack just throw questions out there knowing the answers he's going to get. It's pretty impressive. He can do that with Vlad. It's dope.
Who you think he checked in with?
Roll 60s?
With who?
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
You should have saw about 6 questions ago, motherfucker.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Here's what's working against Bricc Baby. Bricc Baby is a LA gang member. People don't trust LA dudes. People think that LA dudes are untrustworthy, they're slimy, and they're a backdoor artist. Bricc Baby may not be slimy. He may be trustworthy. He may not be a backdoor artist, but people will automatically think he is because he's a LA guy who a lot of rappers check in with, so they automatically think, okay, those type of dudes, they're backdoor artists. But Bricc Baby is also smart enough to realize the attention that comes with people thinking that you dropped Quando Rondo's location. So,
and for some context on him, for the people that don't know, on Bricc Baby claims to be the big homie of Shitty Cuz, the dude that ended the life of Nipsey Hussle. Evidently, he's Big Shitty, and the other guy's Little Shitty Cuz. Shout out Albert Flores. Is he smart enough for what?
Bricc Baby isn't even too upset that people think that he's involved in dropping Quando Rondo's location and being involved. Bricc Baby just doesn't want people to think that he's a snitch, which is why when he hopped on the phone with Remo from No Jumper, Bricc Baby, right, would say, yo, I didn't snitch. That's false. But then when it comes to confirming or denying dropping the location, Bricc Baby will sort of play with the audience and sort of play on their beliefs because he doesn't think it's a bad thing that people think that he's involved. He just doesn't want to be painted as a snitch.
And if he ain't worried, and if he didn't do nothing, if he didn't do nothing, and he knows he didn't do nothing, then he ain't got to be worried about nothing. He don't got to even think about it.
He just doesn't want to be painted as a snitch.
Maybe because the whole world was saying that I did it.
Yeah. So, all right. They saying, all right, because there's like 4 people who they don't know who, like, I think conspirator 1 was Durk, or I think they think it's Durk. They're saying that conspirator 4 is someone that's local to LA that dropped the location, and everybody's trying to say that you dropped the low on Pop and Quando to Durk and them. That's what they were saying on the academic stream, or people were alluding that you had dropped.
That ain't telling. You get what I'm saying? Like, shit, we talk about telling. All the other shit, that's for the feds to keep on doing their job, bro. You get what I'm saying? I don't know about that shit right there you talk about. Straight up.
No, but that's what they said. That's what they saying.
Bricc Baby under
Raven said Bricc should be worried. Does this reel him to Big U in some way? Well, this is what I'm waiting to see if they talk about, because I ain't heard that yet. I mean, I heard it from you, but I haven't heard it like
unfortunalities of the internet, yet. Which is people don't care about the truth if the lie is more entertaining. So Bricc Baby understands there's.
That's one thing that I know for sure. The majority, more people, they don't give a shit about the truth. The truth don't matter. What they feel, the reaction that they feel inside from whichever side of the story they want, that soothes them, that's what they want. Truth, be damned, doesn't matter.
There's no point in clearing up the lie, right? If the lie is going to help you out as well, ain't no point in clearing it up. So Bricc understands, hey, listen, if people think I'm this savage, I'm this cutthroat dude who's involved in a Lil Pop murder and is going to raise my interview prices up, is going to get me a lot more publications, a lot more posts about myself, why clear it up? The only thing I want to clear up are the things that could hurt me, which is people thinking I'm a snitch. So he clears up the snitch part. But he says, hey, listen, man, I'm going to let the fans think what they want to think about who dropped the location for Lil Pop. And he laughs and smirks a little bit because that's just Bricc Baby, right? Now, but Bricc Baby realized, though, shortly after that particular clip started to go viral is...
TuneIn TV1 just subscribed on YouTube.
Like both ways, right?
Shout out TuneIn TV1 for the sub.
If you don't clear up the fact that you didn't drop Lil Pop's location, because the person who dropped Lil Pop's location is also cooperating. So Bricc Baby was forced to then come on academic stream.
Shout out also, who's a professional informant? Bricc? One thing's for sure, a lot of people coming down on this one, and a lot of people going to be taken to the stand. Bruh, we're going to have no lack of things to react to on this fucking channel in the next 12 months. Believe that.
And just drop his proof of why he didn't drop Lil Pop's location and why he can't be involved.
Okay, November 6, 2020, co-conspirator number 4 was in a had a conversation with Durk. It's no way possible it was me because on November 6, 2020, I was in jail. You get what I'm saying? So that clears me out of that. You know what I mean? Like, just that. One of my fans pointed towards that to make it.
Shout out Mama Duck. Why didn't it say that when I sub? Because YouTube be picking and choosing. YouTube YouTube does a lot of hating on us over here. You know what I'm saying? In our small little corner of the internet. But salutes. We celebrate you. I appreciate you being here.
Smoother and to the point. It's no way that it was me. And then I wouldn't be sitting here shaking. I'd be somewhere else, nigga, tucked up, trying to be, you know what I mean?
Now, here's the thing with me. If I believed that he did it and he told me I was in jail and this, that, and there's no way, and he gave me some shit that made me believe that he didn't do it, okay, new information to change my mind. But you got to convince me.
Out the way. It ain't no way possible I'm going to just sit here and be this bold.
Hey, I'm glad you said that. So to chat, we have the indictment up on the screen, and this is page 6 of 21 of the original indictment. If you go to Overt Act 1, it says, following the killing of Davon Bennett on or about November 6th, co-conspirator 1 used coded language, and this was in 2020, told defendant Didi, co-conspirator 2, 4, and 5, that he would pay a bounty or monetary reward to anyone who took part in the killing of Quando Rondo. So you're saying you're in jail?
I'm in jail. I get released 2 days before Thanksgiving that year. So like 3 weeks later, I get released.
Bricc Baby should have cleared this up from the very beginning, because Bricc Baby not clearing it up and allowing the news to sit of him being involved allowed room for people to be super analytical and analyze everything he did. Like, because Bricc Baby didn't clear this up from the very beginning, people were on Twitter doing millions of impressions saying that Bricc Baby looks suspicious when announcing.
Come on,
and
man. I
talking
can't
about
go
the
by
OTF.
what people on the internet, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to go by some real information, not just speculation and shit people throwing up and down all over the place.
Indictments.
I think you've exceeded our expectations.
That's
so.
right.
No, you're dealing with this as a
Professionals.
Yeah, you're dealing
They
with.
may not act like it in the chat. Professionals.
There it is. She got QR codes. She got QR.
Oh, Alex, that is so funny.
You looking guilty.
So
That's like the little Vegas shit back in the day.
Right.
Go to Vegas and they just all over the floor with numbers and shit to call. That's that new shit.
wait, they got charged by the Fed?
Nothing
Why he making that face though? Why he making that face though?
They got charged by the Feds?
Hey, Omani, you're the man, bro. I really appreciate meeting you. I really appreciate meeting you.
Come on, my pleasure.
That looks really bad, but that could be a multitude of reasons. It could be Bricc Baby.
I agree. I always agree with that, you know.
You feel me? Probably been sick.
People will show you a picture. A picture is one frame, not even a second. You know what I'm saying? Picture's just one frame. Somebody got a face to be like, look how he's looking at me. Like, not necessarily what happened. You know what I'm saying?
All morning, bro, probably trying to figure out what's going on. Or it could be Bricc Baby, you know, is really close friends with Lil Durk and some OTF members. And just finding out that people who you are friends with, people who you are fond of, your homies, have been indicted by the feds, it could be a stressful thing. And he could be having a natural reaction to a stressful moment. So people automatically taking that, though, and assuming, yo, he guilty, bro. Bro, look at this, yo. Bro, he's stressing over here. You know, it's because Bricc Baby didn't clarify it up immediately. So when people see any type of weird or odd reaction, they automatically think, okay, he's involved and that's why he's acting like this. One person who's not convinced of Bricc Baby's innocence is Wack 100, because Wack 100 and Bricc Baby would take to academics live stream, and Wack 100 would outright call out Bricc Baby for being involved.
The problem is this. Everybody thinks they deserve an explanation. If I'm accused of doing something, and you're like, oh, you got to hurry up. You got to address this. If I know I ain't do it, I don't have to address shit. Fuck you. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about here?
Oh, hold on, Bricc. Are you telling me you didn't ask him any questions and you didn't answer no questions when they took you in custody on June 23rd, 2020?
I didn't say I didn't answer no questions. You just want to keep building, nigga, on 6 nigga, I know you said, did I ask about my phone, bro? You said, did I ask about my phone? No, I did not.
They gave you a reason why they arrested you, right? They gave you a reason why they arrested you, right? Right?
They never gave me a reason that they arrested me until I was getting booked into 77th Street, and they said, this is what you fighting, and this is your bill, brother.
Crying, you talking about you got kill squad outside. You said in that on No Jumper, you said it's not me. That you was, I don't know how Wack you know it, but he know it.
I'm done talking about me and all that shit that you mad that I'm not in jail for.
No, nigga, you the fuck identified OTF as the shooters. Academics, and he
You
not
want me in jail?
identified.
We see that.
It's kind of good though, Bricc Baby and Wack.
So Wack said he identified everybody. So it's Winnie the Pooh. I'm glad you're here, Mama Duck. I'm on your YouTube page for a while. I'm 49 and I'll be lost with the tech stuff. Salute Raven Jefferson.
Wack 100
All right, Wack said he told on everybody.
are sort of like
Identified OTF as the shooters. Academics, and he
You
not
want me in jail?
identified.
We see that.
it's kind of good though. Bricc Baby and Wack 100 are sort of like airing this out publicly, because if Bricc Baby sort of took the stance of, man, I'm not gonna pay attention to that, man. We gonna find out who really snitched when trial starts. No, it'll be too late. If I'm Bricc Baby, I'm taking this exact same approach, right? I am publicly confronting those rumors, because if I take the approach of, oh, I'm gonna wait until trial comes and my name is gonna be exonerated, bro, nobody is gonna care about the truth. Ooh, if the lie has been out there for 2 years now and it has been spread, nobody is gonna care that court comes and we find out, okay, Bricc Baby is not the mole. He ain't the one who dropped the location. It'll be too late. Like, too many people would have already heard the lie, and nobody would know the truth when the truth comes out. So, like,
We do know this. We will have no questions pretty soon about who was involved. We already know everything that happened, but whoever hasn't been named, those names will come to the forefront. Right? They will stand at attention.
I'm just glad that they're both sort of like airing out their positions online. And then when trial starts, we will find out who's telling the truth. And we would apologize to whoever, we called a liar. So if you don't believe Bricc Baby, then you would have to apologize to Bricc Baby if he's right. And if you don't believe Wack 100, then you would have to apologize to Wack 100 if he's right when trial starts, man. Y'all let me know.
Crazy. So now Brick's involved. Well, his name is alleged in it. Wack is nailing it home that he done pointed everybody out to everybody that's important enough to have somebody point it out to them. You know what I mean? Shout out 323G. This wild talking from the world, playing with your lives. He told him, I see you want me in jail. You know? The game has changed. Again, somebody said it earlier, the internet is a gift and a curse. Same time, you know? We're going to keep our eye on this case. I still haven't seen, let me see if this exists right here. I haven't seen the Big U connection yet. Let me see if there's a clip on No Jumper. I don't want to put on the whole podcast of him and what's his face, Wack 100. See if they got a clip about it. Probably not. Probably not. Fuck it then. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna try to find the spot.
And we back.
Man, listen.
It's a crazy day in hip hop history. Took place by YSL members that in some.
We're not talking about YSL.
I've been watching Bricc.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Now, I'm watching him, and then maybe about a year or two gate, and they.
It's kind of like understood much in the same way.
He's definitely gonna clap me. That's for sure. That's gonna happen.
That when you look at the YSL situation and all of the murders
that this thing, as Young Thug's thing, gets better for him as it's doing.
Seems like it's going in that direction.
Going in a good direction. We're not in a situation where we got another one at risk.
Right.
You know what I mean? But nevertheless, people have to learn from this. I hate to say it. A lot of the street dudes gonna hate me for it. Hey, bro, you hustle on the block to get off the block. You cannot take the block with you.
Say it louder. For the motherfucker in the back.
You cannot name your company or your corporation after your block or your set. You cannot tie things to that, because now they're saying you guys are smart enough to have corporations, right? And then you think you're camouflaging and hiding under behind them. But now we're saying your corporations are criminal empires.
Boom.
Yes, you got legal contracts, but then you're using the legal money to have illegal things done. You get what I'm saying? So we got to get a little smarter. It's going to get a little darker. A lot of doors going to close. A lot of situations. That's why I commend you all the time, because you gave an open door to a lot of people who would have never had access, right, to becoming something on the podcast platform. This is real. It's just like, Adam, you like, hey, I'm closing my doors and I'm going to Hollywood Tech to get everybody that comes in my building. Now, all the people that's out here that may have some talent that may need to be developed, because believe it or not, you've done exactly what a major label has done. You've developed a lot of talent.
Come on, fuck all that.
Right? Even within myself, right? Earlier pods, you can't stop me from talking over you. No, this is real.
You have grown quite a bit, yeah.
No, this is real, right? And I'm giving you your flowers. A lot of people, their egos get in the way, and they just won't keep it real, like when they learn something from people because they feel like it's taken away from them. No, telling somebody you learned something from them and them seeing that you received that, right? It makes you a better situation.
I appreciate that.
I'm just saying, like, we got to start doing things different, and we got to stop trying to keep it real to those dudes that are real dummies.
But, okay, this is the thing, is that much in the same way that when you look at the YSL situation and all of the murders that allegedly took place by YSL members that in some way benefited Young Thug and his position within the streets or the industry or whatever, Lil Durk, if he had been fully communicating with these guys and telling them, hey, this is how you're going to get the car that you're going to go do this in, this is how we're going to keep it separate from OTF or whatever, it doesn't seem like there's necessarily that much specific instruction going on. You know, like it's kind of like understood by a lot of these dudes. Maybe they're having conversations with dudes who are lower in the totem pole, but I highly doubt that Durk is getting on the phone and saying, listen, you go kill this fool, you're getting a record deal. It's probably a lot of stuff where there's, you know, little comments made here and there. Maybe there's somebody who's lower on the totem pole who's telling them to do it or whatever.
Come on, man. They out there honey dicking their little homies and shit. Hey, man, you know, you get this, and that. Telling them what they want to hear. Leaving the impression out there that they going to do something for them.
But it's not so well organized that people are breaking it down in such explicit detail. And so as a result, you have guys who have like relatively limited life experience. Maybe they have the life experience of going and shooting somebody in the head on the streets. They haven't had to consider, like, how am I going to get a car when I'm out in Southern California, when I'm going to go kill somebody? Not to mention, Lil Pav got killed at like the most public gas station in Hollywood that you could possibly pick.
Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
And the closer you get to that Beverly Center, I don't know if you recall.
What's his name?
Rest in peace.
Dollar.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Dollar. Shout out, you know, to my homies over there in Mansfield. But Dollar murderer was killed in a valet and at the Beverly Center, right? His killer made it all the way to LAX to his terminal, to his gate, and they tapped him on the shoulder. They literally, between the cameras on top of the lights and the ATM cameras, tracked the car block by block, turn by turn, all the way to LAX.
Bruh, the streets is dead. You can't get away with shit, man. You got to be the Goonies. You got to have a little dude like Data, some dude that can handle the Wi-Fi networks and block the cameras, because you cannot move. You move 20 feet in these big cities, and every step has been seen. From the moment you got off the shitter, to the moment you got to the studio, to the moment that you got to the bar, to the moment you got to the restaurant, you on film, man. You are digitally marked, imprinted, and placed in a hard drive.
Where they could actually walk up on him and say, let's go.
But they did it like instantly?
Instantly.
Well, I would think that would be the kind of
He
thing
didn't
that
even
would
make it
take
on the plane.
Weeks, yeah.
No, but what I'm saying, you're in Beverly Hills.
Right.
Right? They're not playing that, right?
Yeah.
That you don't, it's just certain things. Even if you get away from the scene, the getaway and all the cameras and all the everything, and on top of that, we have a satellite that if it's that serious, they can access that satellite that will come down in real time, rewind, and watch everything that happens, right? So, and you're totally right. I don't think Lil Durk orchestrated that, but we have to be careful.
People keep saying, oh, the cameras don't work, I'm watching video where somebody zooming in. There's somebody with a joystick somewhere paying attention to license plates, looking at sneakers, what's he wearing. That shit is out there. The videos are popping up on the internet, so they're watching. Can't do nothing. Get a fucking job. Make a job. You got to.
Our homeboys into our organization who still has that old way of thinking, because regardless of the fact, the vehicles that were used was OTF, the flights was OTF, and now they're saying this was a hit for revenge for King Von.
Right.
So you got motive because of that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's enough to drag him, get him in there, And if any of these dudes start to cooperate, even with the truth or a lie, it's bad. So everything the young man has worked for, and I watched Lil Durk rise and fall. I remember years ago after his fall, his rise, the first one, running him into the strip club in Queens.
People forget that before King Von, it was kind of a lull in his career.
Yeah, I remember him by himself. I guess he had moved to New York. He said, Wack, I'm trying to reinvent myself. And when I seen he was by himself, moving around, and I said, damn, Durk had a buzz. But I'm watching him, and then maybe about a year or two after that, he was back. He came back, right? And now he's where he at. I see he's giving his faith and life to Islam.
And that's the crazy shit about this, is that this is coming like a week after we started having conversations about, you know, how much growth Durk is showing, because he's got the picture of all the dead Chicago legends, and a bunch of them are people that him and his people beefed with, etc. And everybody was complimenting him on that growth and everything. And even, I think it was yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all saw that. I'd have to look that up. It was a picture. But I don't remember where it was. Was it on stage? Let me see. Let's see. Anytime like the past week, month. Let me see. There was an image. I don't know where he was at. If anybody can help me, drop that in the Discord. Trying to see the image. There was an image, and he had not only his people from his block, but he had his quote unquote ops on the image too. And a lot of people looked at that, exactly what Adam what's his face is saying. That it looked like growth, and boom. See, the deeds you've already done, these deeds are a couple years ago deeds. They came back for you, right? You can have remorse today, but you still got to pay. The universe gonna make you pay. Everybody that you think done got away with the foul shit that they think they got away with, just let time take its course, man. Just let time and space do what it do. They're gonna get there. Which is why he could have let this ride. Something would have happened. Something's going to happen. Why? Because everybody's stuck in this rut, this mentality of, you know, I got to worry about what they think about me, so I got to smoke you right now. And then what happens? You did it with the company card because you tried to, you know, claim that shit on your taxes, and now you're popped. Right? Shout out to Keno on the check-in. Shout out Lupe the Bull. Shout out Lupe. Salutes Lorenzo Wakefield Ellison. First live, what it do? Salutes to you. Appreciate you being here. To everybody that's in there, if you have yet to hit the like button, please do. Zachary said Mama Duck is still in here. They mentioned you on their No Jumper episode. On this episode, Zachary, Wack 100 may still be holding on to that Dirt Tiger game beef. Wack is always gonna have his biases, you know. Right. Also said too late. All that evil don't just go away. No. It's going to come for you. Right? We wish good was as reciprocating as the evil is, huh? Wish the good came back too. Fuck. But I just don't see nothing in this podcast that's going to
get your circle of comrades that love you and you love them, and y'all rock out.
Skim through real quick and see if I
just like he got to reprogram his mind, because that is going to get louder and louder as this case gets bigger and bigger.
So he's talking about Bricc Baby and how Bricc Baby needs to handle his business, whatever. Oh, here go Mama Duck right here.
I bet it might have been this. You got Bricc, photos, what's happening. This dude really from his neighborhood in a different state. Bricc talking about a 16-year-old white kid that just like,
that day as well. Realistically, a lot of 16-year-old.
Let's see. I want to see what they talking about.
100% completely. Get your circle of comrades that love you and you love them, and y'all rock out. But he needs to just he got to reprogram his mind, because that is going to get louder and louder as this case gets bigger and bigger.
But honestly, that clip is not him really revealing any kind of insider information just to have his back on this. He's not really saying anything beyond what realistically, a lot of 16-year-old white kids were probably saying on Twitter and Instagram that day as well.
16-year-old white kids aren't bona fide certified gang members in the streets of Los Angeles.
Right.
That's tied to the actual.
Adam be saying some outrageous shit, boy.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it? Actual group that you are talking about. A 16-year-old white kid is just like, oh, I bet it might have been this.
Right.
You got Bricc photos, what's happening. This dude really from his neighborhood in a different state, and he like, they can't say they didn't slide, as if he knows that that's what that was about. It's different, bro.
I didn't see it, but he was on the No Jumper show this morning, and I guess they broke the news about this on camera and were making him watch that clip.
And what did he say?
I didn't actually see it, but some people were commenting on the Reddit I saw, basically saying that his body language was a little like
bad work.
He was a little like shocked
That's
by it.
bad work, man. I hope he survives it, and puts his thinking cap on and, mixes it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, what about this clip of Mama Duck, as long as we're talking about it?
Duck did first. Wrong job.
Is she really out of breath from running like 10
No,
feet?
it ain't out of breath. It's when she grabs her right lower back.
Duck did first. Wrong job.
Right?
Her
not
right
only
lower
that-
back?
Yeah, you didn't see it when she walks off.
Okay.
Like, it's like maybe the L7.
Oh, she got a little bit more.
But this is what we should do. I'll go and have with you.
Okay.
Let's send her a Victoria's Secrets card. They have the double strap extra support bra. Right? We're going to send her Mama Duck, we're going to send you a Victoria's Secret card.
You're worried that her breasts aren't being supported enough.
I mean, like, bro, it was something going on. Like, she
But
almost,
what's this
LL
conversation?
Cool J.
This is them
Mama said knock you out.
reacting to.
She
This is
almost,
them
like,
reacting to Mama
bottling
Duck
herself
doing
into
a.
You got to wonder what was going on in her head. That she
short-
was just like, you know what? We're going to film this in the backyard. I'm going to run towards the camera, and then I'm going to say the thing that at that point she had already been saying.
Bro, you film your girl with cock in her mouth. I don't want to hear nothing about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you was clowning, you was doing your thing. You was on the internet fucking around, and it's news to them. I lost 2 pounds. Salute. You know, good for you, shit.
Online a bunch, which you understand how this went. She's annoyed because Durk had that screen up at the
All his
event,
ops.
and she's mad because in like 2018, Duck had a song that was called Chicago Legends, in which he basically paid respect to all of the Chicago drill rappers and gang members who had died, including people that his side didn't get along with. So she's basically saying, why did nobody give a when Duck did that back in the day?
But why doesn't she have the right to say that is my question. What's the problem with her saying that? She felt like fucking saying it, she said it. Motherfuckers is out here talking the most and stifling everybody.
Hey, you guys are all acting like Durk is so...
Upper Echelon said they unalived the snitch's baby mom. I heard that too. I don't know where I heard it. It's just you guys don't understand. I'm bombarded with information all day, so I don't know what the fuck is happening right now. Everything's coming out. I just don't understand the why. What's the point? And this is coming from a man who let a bunch of black men sex in his wife. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of this dude. Again, he probably gonna clap me for this. Fuck him. I don't care. I try my best to stand on mine and say what the fuck I want to say. So, little kids growing up getting the wrong idea, looking up to these fools.
So great for doing it. Keep in mind, Durk did get the key to the city.
2 different keys.
They were looking up to the guy that got the key to the city. I believe us, huh? The people that gave him the key to the city felt like the people should look up to this dude that got the key to the city. You know. Shout out J.R. Ryder. Say yeah, because Duck was the first. Salutes. These people are sick, but they won't trick me off the streets or out my back. Good for you. Good for you. Fuck them.
A week ago?
Yeah, like 2 different areas or so.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I seen him kind of hook up with one of his ops or something. Like maybe they did a prayer or something.
Oh, well, he did take a picture with Tay Savage, which I wouldn't say they're ops.
That's
but
it?
they
Y'all done
definitely,
moved on to
hadn't
something
really
else
been around
already?
each other for a period of time. I mean, I feel like that Muslim shit brings a lot of people together that, like, that's like the great equalizer because now
That Muslim shit. Like he's so oblivious to the shit he be saying. Most people are oblivious to the shit they say, man. How can you be mad at a woman who defends her deceased kids? Is crazy. Salutes. He only did all the good because he knew when them feds was watching. But like Oso said, man, you can't wash that dirt off you. Too late. All that evil don't go away. You know? Long live Duck. Salutes. again, Mama Duck, don't let nobody pull you into their motherfucking rat race. At the end of the day, these kids need to stop doing this drill rap shit. They need to stop this fucking killing each other shit. They need to get their shit together, man, because there's only two ways this shit ends, and we already know what that is. We don't have to talk about it no more. You done suffered it. Your family suffered it. You know, other side's family suffered it. Everybody done suffered it. Everybody just needs to get off the fucking internet. Or if you're on the internet, get that bread on the internet and don't let these motherfuckers try to trick you out your position. That's it. Shout out Sophie, bro. That's super disrespectful to Muslims. Yo, I was getting mad. Yo, so we had the conversation over there about El Primo and Jay arguing about who was the cartel guy, right? Or arguing about El Primo's story. And motherfuckers kept throwing the race card and saying, oh, it's because you don't think a black man can get to the table. No, we're talking about something specific. At the same time, there was mad jokes about Spanish, about Spaniards. We're not even Spaniards. About Mexican names and mad jokes like that. And then to tell me that, you know what I'm saying, you can't be racist and you saying this shit to me. You say shit. This guy says shit flippantly about religion, about races and all of this. Tony Hinchcliffe. I don't think comedy should be censored, right? I don't think comedy, but there's, stand-up comedy. Once we start censoring that, we got a problem, right? But shit, Tony Hinchcliffe, who I've always, who I didn't like anyway.
Also sent $20, unfortunately, for Mama Duck. This Fed case against Durk is going to mess her lawsuit up. Feds don't want her to win either. Fed's going to leave him broke and broken after all the bullshit.
Shout out Oso for the $20 power chat. I appreciate you, sir. He said, unfortunately for Mama Duck, this Fed case against Durk is going to mess her lawsuit up. Feds don't want her to win either. Fed's going to leave him broke and broken after all this bullshit. He's definitely going to be broke. They need to give you your cut right now. Mama Duck salutes. Shout out Mama Duck. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. Salutes. It won't. I'm making history because what I'm doing has never been done. Salutes to you. But yeah, so my point be that people just talk flipping about shit and then they cry victim the moment you say anything about them. Well, guess what? Fuck you. That shit don't fly over here. We'll put you in the fucking bed. They really want my old ass to slide for Duck. Salutes.
All of a sudden you have these big dogs in the
All
Muslim.
right, so we done. They ain't got nothing to add to the conversation as far as I'm concerned, all right? We've been here 2 hours and 15 minutes. We will keep an eye on this case. Let's look up and see something about the baby mama. We're gonna get if you guys are in the Discord and you find information, pertinent information or documentaries or whatever, things that people have broken down about this case and things that we haven't discussed here on this live, you could throw that shit, in the Discord. You can send it to the email that's at the top of the channel. If you look in the information section on the channel, you could drop it in the comments or whatever works for you. Shout out Kami Kel. Salutes. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate you. The real reason OTF Jam snitched. Let me see. The feds believe. There's a lot of people saying shit. Let's see what this says. Okay, good for Paperwork TV 202. Allegedly, I cannot confirm the accuracy on this yet. They are saying that the feds believe that Lil Durk had this woman terminated. A postal worker, Octavia Redmond, the baby mother of his alleged snitch, OTF Jan, when Lil Durk found out that Jan wore a wire on him. So many people suffering, so many people's bullshit.
Also sent.
Chemical just subscribed on YouTube.
Shit, watch watch they freeze his money. He has to go with that court-appointed lawyer. Then he for sure cooked. Yeah, cause he ain't moving. He got too many plane tickets, man. They're like, oh no, you go nowhere, Papas. You got your own travel agency going on your rush card. Yo, since you talk about comedy being censored, what you think about the comedian that said the PR is that? Well, that's basically kind of what I was talking about. Like, I don't know how comedy that was. Like, yeah, he's a comedian. He's up there saying a speech. I don't think Tony Hinchcliffe is funny. I never thought Tony Hinchcliffe was funny. All right? I think Red Band, his partner in Kill Tony, naturally, in conversation, is a funnier than Tony Hinchcliffe's stand-up comedy. That's how I feel about Tony Hinchcliffe. Now, he's good at roasting. Of course he is. Look at him. He's the kid that decided to fight back when they were picking on him, but he used his words, right? So he knows how to be obnoxious. He knows how to be arrogant. So I'd expect him to say something like that about my people, right? But he's a fucking peon. Right now he has what's supposedly the biggest show, right? Called Kill Tony, where new comedians come up for 1 minute. They do their thing, and then the comedians roast their show, right? He started that with Red Band. Red Band being a person that's responsible for helping Joe Rogan start his podcast. I can see from a million miles away that a snake like Tony Hinchcliffe is trying to push Red Band out of that situation, right? I didn't need a reason to cancel Tony Hinchcliffe. I never liked him. I love Cam Patterson. I think Cam Patterson's hilarious. He found him there on what's it called, on Kill Tony. When you're being racist with your jokes better slap. That shit was trash. That's my point. Shout out to Oso. He nailed it. Because there's a lot of shit that's funny. Everything's funny. Everything. I can find humor in everything. Right? But gotta be funny. Otherwise, I don't want to censor you. I want to slap the shit out of you. You know? Tony Hinchcliffe. He can't bust a grape. Supposedly he's getting canceled from a lot of shit. You know? Shy, the thing is, it gets worse when he went in on all Latinos. I got the video. Listen, it's bad enough that he called my people garbage, so I can only imagine, bro. I don't know, once you get to a certain point, worse is relative, you know? Shout out Jonathan Pantoja, Mama Duck, you're a strong woman. My condolences to you. God bless you. Salutes Mama Duck for coming through and hanging out tonight. Right? I'm pretty sure academics debunked that whole OTM baby mama jam. Bet. All right, I'll take a look into it. Again, this is my first sit down with this. This situation is like the No Diddy situation. We're going to be talking about it for a long time. We got no lack of people falling the fuck apart for us to react to and talk about on this channel. It's like cool to be a snitch now, to be feminine and have no class and style. What the fuck happened? Too many things. A bunch of things that met in the middle. Right? Bunch of things that met in the middle. So yeah, so hopefully Act debunked that. But again, there's always collateral damage in these blood feuds, in these wars, in these vendettas. And, you know, this ain't nothing new. Vendettas have existed before the internet. Believe that. Way before. I appreciate y'all for hanging out. Listen, appreciation to everybody that went with me over to El Primo's channel today. You know, talk about class. We had fucking class. High Hopes, he didn't have no class. We had class. We shared our opinion. We weren't disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? We was doing our thing over there. We can get disrespectful. It's not hard for us to be disrespectful. We did our thing. We promoted his channel. We put the link up on our premieres. We had 2 premieres and a live stream. We put his link on our premieres. Like, we did some classy shit today. So can't nobody tell us nothing. Anybody who got something negative to say it when you see me. Fuck you. You know, and that's it. That's how we feel. All right. I'll be clipping this up. We'll be paying attention to this story, because this ain't going away. You know what I mean? This is not going away. All right. I'll get to work. We'll get on Jay Flores' response. What I believe, what he's told me may be the final response to El Primo, and then we just move on from there, man. Again, we not targeting specific people. If the talk is out there and we hear it, and we feel like reacting to it, it's what we're going to do. If I could have somebody that can validate the situation, like a person like the Flores twins, that can talk about cartel issues because he's been there, well, then he can have that conversation. Me can't have that conversation with me because it's your story against his. It has to do with me. But I'm going to give my opinion. Never try to stifle me. And if you take it personal, you know what I'm saying? So be it. There's tons of misinformation out there, hard to weed through. Oh, all day long. Propaganda, all kind of shit. Especially in the things we cover. Cartel stuff in Mexico, oh my goodness. Everybody's lying all fucking day long. And we sitting in the Discord, sifting through it. What do you think? I don't know. What do you think? What this look like? I don't know. That shit look a little shaky. Salute Miguel Lopez on the check-in. I appreciate you, sir. The thing about common sense is everybody ain't common and most of them ain't got no sense. Ain't that the truth? All right, let me run through the chat real quick and get some shout-outs before we get out of here. Shout out Ed the Hip Hop Guru. Shout out Ivan Livas. Shout out JJ Mama Richo. Shout out JJ to Mama Richo. He's in the bathroom. Upper Echelon. Salutes to you, sir. Chucky Chingon. Velez 408. Vernon Himes, I appreciate you. Zoraida. George Mendoza, 773. Zamora. Albert Flores. Raven Jefferson. What's going on here? This thing broke. I don't know if it's going to storm or what, but the internet is wobbling right now. Appreciate you, Mama Duck. Thank you for coming through. Shout out Miguel Lopez. Shout out Jonathan Pantoja. Zachary Leckleitner. Snoop. My brother Oso. J.R. Ryder. Shout out Sophie. Appreciate your input. Shout out Ivan Levi. Shout out Ivan. Shout out Yael was in the building. Salutes Lorenzo Wakefield Ellison. Lupe the Bull. Lupe. Salutes to you, Aquino. All right. Yeah, I think I'm caught up right here. Shout out Raven. Y'all have a great night. It's warming up in Chicago. It's going to be an 80-degree day tomorrow. All right. Catch me in traffic, motherfuckers. And y'all have a great night. And I will see you. I'm going to have a lot of work popping out. So shout out Fernando. He said, Shy, I've been trying to find court documents on Donald Tompkins and can't find anything. Wonder why. All right. He didn't show us no paperwork today. They said in the chat he showed paperwork. He said he showed paperwork. I don't consider that paperwork, but whatever. He's just going to say, well, you ain't got no place to, so whatever. It ain't got nothing to do with me. We're going to see. Right? Because they keep saying paperwork. I don't keep hearing. I hear now, oh, you showed it to this person and this article. And I saw a tapestry. I didn't, it wasn't a story. It is what it is. I got the same thing out of that live that I got out of their conversation. Nothing. All right? But salute Fernando. Fernando, if you find something, you let us know. Shout out Miguel Lopez. Salute Mama Duck. Blessings, Queens. If you find something out, you let us know, Fernando, because we on the lookout, man, because they keep calling me fucking fake and phony and pussy and all this shit, and it seems to be that shit's on the other side. That ain't me, Papa. That's what it's coming from, is from these soft ass tenderfoots out here telling stories and shit like whole hopes. All right. But Donald Tompkins, he could have the conversation with Jay, because again, I can't prove him wrong. I can't say, hey man, he wasn't there when I was there, or he wasn't there when so and so was there. I can't say I talked to so and so and they said it. No, not for me. Fernando said he can literally PDF edit shit and show the white boy and he will buy it. Of course. That's what he's going to do. So salutes to you, Fernando. Fernando's on the motherfucking case. I appreciate you. Again, salutes to all the donators. Salutes to all the members. Salutes to my wrenches, the usual suspects. I appreciate you all. Thank you, Oso and Jonathan, for the power chats. And y'all have a great night. And again, we'll stay on the story. I'm going to throw my hundreds up in the chat for y'all. Bow, 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 bow. I'm going to go get my edit on. I got other shit to do, man. And now we're gonna hold upper echelon to his O-Block story, since he wanna stray what I was talking about, back to himself in the chat. Now he gotta tell us the story. So again, we'll be working on Former Kingpin Reacts episode 3. I wanna apologize to the members too. So today the intention was for me to do a live stream with the members and show episode 2 of Former Kingpin Reacts the way I did last time, but there was so much content happening today, we had to keep it rolling, and we didn't have the time to get that done. So we'll get something else going. We'll get episode 3 for sure. Shout out G Jones. The streets is dead. Durk should have took his blessings and ran with it. They all should have. The name of the game is to get it and then turn it into something bigger and just live on it. I don't understand what happened, and I do all at the same time. Salutes Oso, I appreciate you. Jonathan Pantoja, salute Shayo, my dude. Thank you for another great day full of quality content. Salutes to the Il Cartel members. Shout out to the chat. Like and subscribe. It's free. After party in the Discord. Salutes G Jones. It's funny too when the trolls. You should, Mama Richo JJ or no Z. Mama Richo Z's in there with him. They're both in the fucking bed. You sitting in that chair all day, bitch? You sitting in the chat waiting for me to sit in this chair all day. What does that make you? I mean, fuck out of here. Shout out Zoraida. Zoraida, I'm gonna stay out of the Discord. I'll let you regulate that shit tonight. Y'all have a good night. Peace. Hunters up.
Hanging from a thread till you dead, cause your partner put a price on your head. Cause your chick was laying up in his bed. She getting details, spilling every word that you said. She working retail, thirsty bitch just trying to get ahead. If history tell us anything, y'all both end up dead. It's just a street tale of fable, some shit someone said. Sit at the table and hope there's more to offer than bread. Pulled out the cradle, first steps you getting chased by a fed. No head starts, just body parts and lead sparks. Old religion, brand new hate and weak hearts. Oligarchs, krakens, dragons, you see sharks. Imagine you could manage to maneuver the deep part. You a savage, you can have it, just show all your teeth sharp. If you could grab it, you could stab it, just aim for the bleeding heart. The ones that show compassion, a soldier that seeks art. Does the artist that wage war take over or take part? Taking a knee, thinking no one faithful is me. I'm good people in bad lands, no evil live within me. I mind mine, I survive, find this land's for the free. If I'm mistaken, I'm forsaken, no one rescuing me. Residual effects, stray bullets through familiar necks. For any number of infractions that I deem disrespect. Your beliefs, you deserve better, but we both in the shit. You just haven't come to grips with it yet. Fight or flight, and they ain't really nowhere to go. If your back is against the wall and you ain't throwing no blows, you gon' crumble in the rubble, become blood in the snow. If you a victim, they collect them, grab the body and go. Dig them and ditch them, total disregard for the soul. Gas them and lit them, watch the flesh burn in the glow. Where we live and catch a shivering, it's a hell you don't know. Your best hope is that your dying ain't slow, or your dying's a show. Where we at, it's every man for his own. A bloody backdrop, where killers just zone and slice flesh to the bone. Masked and gloved up front of your home. A flash of gun, but the side of your dome. Fresh blood from a stone, dents in your sense. Kick your fucking ball through the fence. Dare you to say something. No sense in sitting around in suspense. Find out what's next. Open your fucking mouth, disrespect. See the extent of how my life is intense. She beautiful and oppressed in a permanent summer dress. She a servant and still she blessed. Children cradled against her breast, whispering prayers, wishing their souls the best, knowing that they forgotten, not forgetting they're blessed. The bloodiest red lights, just piles of dead life. Something must be broken, the glyphs wasn't read right. You think them Bible papers was shed light? Yeah, right. Burn after reading, tell the preacher I'm leaving.